All right, you guys said you wanted to do this. If we don't get a bunch of people show up, I'm gonna be upset. I got other stuff I could be doing. I'm kidding. I don't have anything I could be doing. I live a very lonely existence. Who's gonna show up? I told you all I'd do it. Let's see. Check my phone. Why would I check my phone? Yeah, I got it. I have your phone number. It showed up as Jeremy Russell. Fiberlight Fire Starters. And my buddy, well, there's only 2 people here. Like, this is almost not worth doing it. I'm down. I want to do it. I'm down. Next thing I know, 2 people. And Jeremy Russell's 2 of them. Let's see here. What do you guys want to talk about? John was tired. It's like I said, it's midnight where he's at. So I actually have 2 beers left. I only drank 1 beer. No, there's only 1 person here. So I don't know. I'm not Jeremy, as much as I like you, we could FaceTime if it's just going to be the 2 of us, because I thought there was more people said they were into this. So we'll give them a couple minutes and see. It's 1 a.m. where he's at, same as me. Yeah, but he's going to work all day tomorrow making knives, which is that's not, I mean, it's not as, it's fun, but it's very, very tiring. Let's see. Yeah, Jeremy, I like you a lot, but I don't think I'm gonna stick around for just 1 person. We'll see. If we haven't upped numbers, I mean, I imagine some people are going to the toilet, but I thought for sure there was a handful of people who were saying they wanted to do this. So not trying to sound like a Betsy Wetsy, but it's just, I got other stuff. I have to get that podcast put up on let me see here. Wow. Really? Let's see here. I'm trying to see. So my buddy Jesse was like, wow, let's see. Nope. Still only 1 person. I don't know, Jeremy. It might just be me and you. We might have to end this. I'm trying to see here. My buddy just texted me and asked me if I saw who ordered an item from him. Yeah, that's kind of disappointing. But that's par for the course. As much as I love all you guys, it happens a lot that everybody Rogers up that they say want to do something, and then we get ready to do it. It just doesn't happen. Let me see here. Why is that brightness so low? Let's see here. It says, let me see. Oh my, that is pretty freaking awesome. My buddy makes things and just got an order from Trump Jr. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, bro. I don't know. I'll stick around with you for a minute. What's this? I don't know. You know what we could do? I can end it and start it over again. I just won't keep this one. I'll just take this one down. Notifications might not want out. Let's try. Oh no, there's 2 people here. Who else is here? Maybe people are starting to notice. I imagine a few people started to go to the toilet and then came back. Who is here? So yeah, my buddy got an order from Trump Jr. That's pretty freaking cool. He makes pew pew stands. Who's the second person here? Because if we're not going to do interactions, I'm not going to do this. The whole plan with this was there was a lot of people said they wanted to do this, and there's no one here. So I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not, there's only like 2 of us. I'm just going to go ahead and probably end this. That's true. I mean, I can wait. I told everybody 5 minutes, but that was like 8 minutes ago. So, hang on a second, guys. Yeah, people are starting to show up. That's cool. Give me a second. I'm gonna go. I want to close this garage door a little bit before the crackhead comes up. I don't want to have to. I don't have to pop her in the windbags. I swear to God, I almost shot her. Give me a second. I'm gonna go close this garage door at least halfway. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Entertain yourselves for a moment. Okay, now I'm back. There's still only 3 people, but you guys, if you guys want to, if you guys want to do this, you better make with the interactions, because I don't want to sit here and talk to myself for a little bit. Yeah, I felt bad. John looked so tired by the time I was like, I kept telling him, I was like, you don't have to stick around if you don't want to, you know. Yes, he does compound grinds, but it depends on the knife. Like, he doesn't do it on all knives. So, but yeah, we'll see. I'll give everybody a couple more minutes, but if it's just going to be like 3 of us, I'm not gonna stick around. I'm sorry. I don't have that kind of energy to entertain, to come up with the entertainment for 3 people with few interactions. You emailed me. Cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to disgust you. There's actually 4. I would say it's, I always have someone that lurks, on, I always have somebody that lurks on my things and never interacts. It's stopping for warranty first. What knife are you sending to him? Just out of curiosity. So it's so much easier when there's someone here. What do you think about the ANA giving up? I don't know. I don't want to talk about, and I don't want to talk about anything. I don't want to talk about anything current events at all. I don't. That's not what this channel's for. I really don't. So, DPX Gear hast urban tie. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that means. Missed the part of the name, but yeah, one of them. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to get into that whole, once you start getting into like the talking about current events and stuff, it really does affect your, it kicks you way down the algorithm, because if you're not a channel that's already been doing that, and that you're putting up content that's outside of the norm for your channel, it dumps you right off the algorithm. Like, you basically have to start over. I've already done that once, and I don't have to do it again. If you guys remember, there was a time where my videos got way more than 300 or 400 views. And I'm just now getting back to 300 or 400 views. So I try not to do that, because like I said, this is, I'm treating this like a job. I'm treating this like a business, because that's what it is. It really is. And now that I have the grinder, I may reevaluate the, now that I've got the grinder and the powers back up, I might reevaluate doing the 5-day-a-week videos. But the fact is, like, I filmed 2 videos today. So, I mean, it's not just that, it's the editing. They haven't been edited. That's the problem. And then podcast. So, you know, how many hours do I have to dedicate to certain things per day? That's where I'm at right now. And I really have to think real hard, because as much as I like, making knives, I don't know if it's something, like, I can't do what John does. I can't, like, I know everybody's like, oh, you should make knives. And we talked about it today in the group. And I talked to my psychiatrist or my psychologist after the talk I had, because I was really depressed this morning, you know, everything going on with the wife, and I was depressed. And, but like, I was thinking about it, like, do I want to be a full-time knife maker? I don't think I can. Like, it's not that I don't want to. I would love to, But the fact is that I'm not 21, 22 years old, and I can't stand in front of a grinder for hours on. I can't stand in front of a grinder like I did 2 years ago. I can't do it. Like if I stand at the grinder for, I noticed it last year. I'd spend a day at Elliot's shop, and I would be on my feet for like 5, 6, 8 hours in the shop doing stuff and working in front of the grinder. And the next day, like my knees would hurt so bad I couldn't. Like I was like, oh, I should get up and go. Like I'll get up and go to Elliot's. Like I'd be up there on a Friday and show up at Friday at like noon, and then just work till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then have every intention of like sleeping for a few hours and gathering my stuff up and getting up and going to Elliot's shop and working again on Saturday. And there was a lot of times like I would get up and I'm like, that knee that I've had surgery, I'm like, man, I can't go do that today. And I just like him making 1,000 knives in 3 years. Man, good on him. I start losing the motivation for it about 2 or 3 hours in, and I'm like, all right, I got to stop. The problem is when you're making a knife, and I guarantee I meant to ask him this, like the flow. If you're making a knife and you're in that rhythm and you got your body movement going and everything, you don't want to stop because you know that the next time you come in, you've got to get back into that groove. It's kind of a pain. Shop cat left. I'm all by myself. No shop cat. No shop cat. But guys, next week, guess who we have on the podcast? We have got on Wednesday, if everything goes well, Wednesday is Stasa 26. Stasa. We got Stasa. And then on Friday is Jake from the Knife Nuts podcast. And I shot some videos today that I think are going to be fun. And I'm going to shoot a couple more videos this weekend. I want to get enough videos up that I can still have videos for all week, even if I am sick on Monday. I don't want to wake up Monday and go get that, the Fauci ouchie, get the jab, and then be like, oh crap. I was like, oh crap. I don't want to have to like think about like, oh, I got to shoot a video because I don't have something for Friday. So 8 people here. Who else here? Stasa. I just got a message on. Oh. Jeremy Russell sent me I got let's see how many people. I'm just curious. Stasa 23. Open. No. I got my notification about the Twitch stream. I'm curious how many people watched on Twitch. I got to check the email. Just had second jab 3 hours ago. Josh. Okay. Let me see here. Let me see. Did I get Danny Franklin? Mike, please add me. Nope, that's not it. I'm trying to find my Zach Martov asking me about buying. Let me see here. Where's my thing? I usually get a notification of my Twitch stream. There it is. So we had 2 people watching on Twitch, and that was it. Shopcat just walked in, orange face like an Ewok cat. I don't know where he went. He's gone. He was here. I don't get it. Like it says that I haven't streamed. Like I hit all these requirements once. Oops, sorry. Why do you watch on Twitch? Out of curiosity. Where's Hobbit? I don't know. He's been really busy. Don't forget, the Hobbit is in the process of buying a house, and that's a pretty time consuming. That's a pretty time consuming thing. It really, really is. I wanted to try something. I'm gonna do a live feed. I don't want to do it on the podcast because I don't want to up and have it not be good. But I do want to run a live feed. I've got those E25 Pros, the Raycon E25 Pros. And I want to try them on a live feed and see how they work via Bluetooth, if that's a better option, if the clarity is there with the microphone. I know that the quality of the mic on this is great. I never expected a $12 set of gaming headphones would have the microphone, like the clear mic that I get on this. What Josh say? If it wasn't for my misses, I probably wouldn't have either. I don't know if I see all the stuff where they're talking about like, oh, the left is like, you'll own nothing and like it. I don't agree with everything on that, but I will say, having owned a house, I like renting so much better. I really do like renting so much better because if something goes wrong, if you own a house, something gets wrong, and we're like, well, yeah, we can write that off on your taxes. You can write 10% of that off on your taxes. So like we have a brand new washing machine. That's a brand new washing machine. Now my landlord can write 10% of that off. I don't have to pay anything about it. Talking about the jabs, Mike? I'm not talking about the jabs. Oh, you still haven't gotten any jabs. Don't plan to. I kind of have to. If I want to go to knife shows and I want to do all those things, it's a requirement. And my doctor is recommending it. I have an autoimmune disorder. I definitely have to look at how bad it could be for me because I take immunosuppressors. Jeremy, what was that? Murky Ocean. Hope your wife's okay. Yeah, my wife's okay. She's feeling way better. She's not great. And we're still keeping an eye on it. There's a chance she could have an ovarian cyst, and that's the concern. And if that ruptures, then she might be running a fever. And that's the thing. It's a lot like having, it's a lot like having an appendix and things like this. So if that happens where she gets a fever and stuff, yeah, we have to rush her to the emergency room and stuff like that. But, I'm concerned about it, but I also know that she's feeling way better than she did this morning. Well, this morning I was worried. Like this morning she looked horrible. And she was up all night. Like she didn't get any sleep. So she slept until like 10 or 11 on the couch. And then when she came out and she's like, oh, I'm taking Isabel to, like, I was like, I can take Isabel to her her after school thing. And I was just going to cancel the podcast. And she was like, no, I feel way better. I'm okay. It's just like, she's like, I don't feel great, but it's not like it was before. She was saying how incredibly painful it was. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. That in that case, we're good. But yeah, the wife's okay. Murky Ocean. So I'm not going to run this a long time. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into talking about that because then that gets you on that precarious area of talking about stuff like that, where we're in. I really don't want to keep talking about it. Let's find something more fun. Hey, so guys, I wanted to point out, I just saw that you started following me on Instagram, and I had no idea how many fucking subscribers you had. Holy crap. I don't even know. I'd like to know who you are. So send me a DM. I'm just curious. Like, I see that you do a lot of the same things that one of my friends does. You take a lot of photos of vapes. I did not know that could be that popular. Taking photos of vapes and vaping and things like that. I was like, I didn't know that was. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. I bumped that button. I bumped that button so often. 2 million. At 2 million subscribers. 2 million subscribers. I think you need to recommend my channel to some folks. Just saying. Just say 2 million. How? Like how? I didn't even follow your channel. Okay, I definitely have to. Yeah, start. Holy crap. I can honestly say that is the most subscribers. I saw your Instagram. I was like, it's like 19,000 or something. I was like, or 75,000. I was like, wow, that's pretty good. That's a lot. 2 million subscribers on Instagram or on YouTube. Holy crap. Holy crap. Vaping is you do sick editing. I don't. I film a podcast from milk crates in my garage with laundry hanging up behind me. I don't do sick edits. I do sickening edits. That's where we're at. That is fucking awesome. Good on you. 2 million subscribers on YouTube. Holy cow. And that's one of those. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm definitely gonna put your channel then. That's one of those ones I like. If you're gonna be in my live feeds and stuff, And that's cool. You're even like the fact that you're even cool with interacting with a channel this small. That's awesome. Definitely be putting that stuff up. Well, I mean, I put up, so the whole thing of, oh, you're absolutely welcome. I'm joking. Absolutely joking. The whole thing with putting stuff up started as just kind of like goof. Like people have always asked, like, what do you watch on YouTube? And surprisingly very little knife content. That's why a lot of times like guys are so surprised that like they're so surprised that like I don't know about a specific knife model or things like that. And they're like, you're a knife reviewer. How do you not know? I was like, if you Mike doesn't even follow his own mods. Jeremy, I didn't even know you had a channel. Like I look at that stuff. And the fact is, Nico's my channel manager. He does a lot of that stuff. But you know, if you were to look at my subscriptions, there's very little that I watch that's like knife content. I watch Jared's stuff. I watch a lot of the knife junkie stuff. I watch, Jeremy, don't be upset. I don't follow hardly anyone on Instagram. Unless I see something that catches my interest. Like I don't even know how to pronounce that. Sumiom. I don't know. But if you were to look, I don't follow very many channels on Instagram. I really don't. There's a lot of other because it's not so much that I don't want to follow people on Instagram. It makes my feed so messy that there are specific things that I look at on Instagram. And if I was to follow, like, I would love to say, oh yeah, I'll follow everybody that follows me on Instagram. I honestly, Sam Neom. Am I close? I mean, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Dang, bro. Congratulations. That is awesome. That is really, really awesome. I'm going to have to do me a favor. Can you do me a favor and send me a link to your channel on Instagram? I know, like, if you've got like 2 million subscribers, you're fucking busy. So, but if you get a chance, just shoot me a link. I want to. Aniom. So, I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll have you, if you want to be, would you like to be on the podcast? That would be cool. You could tell me how to pronounce it. I'm horrible. I will tell you though. Like people are like, always tell people to sound things out. I speak Japanese because my wife's Japanese. It is so much easier to sound things out in Japanese than it is in English. I 100% like now I think about it and I'm like, why is it that I can spell things in Japanese better than I can spell them in English? And it's 100% because the phonics of that language fucking makes sense. A-U-E-O, kakikukeko, tachichuteto. They say the same. These letters will always make these sounds. My wife pointed it out to me. She's like, is this Polish or Polish? And I'm like, I need some context. They're spelled the same. She goes, what do you mean? And I was like, well, you have to have the rest of the sentence. And I was like, I can't tell if it's Polish or Polish just by looking at how it's spelled, unless it has a capital P, because it could be the Polish polish. What language? So our language to any foreigner would be stupid, hard to understand or learn. Are you talking about English? It's like I have I before E except after C, except like with the exceptions to the rule, which actually there are more exceptions to the rule than the rule. I after E except, or I after E except after, I before E except after C should not be something you teach someone. I before E except after C and all the other exceptions, because there are way more spellings with the I before the E than there E before the I. It's stupid. We have the dumbest rules. Don't get me wrong, I love English. I took college English. I took college lit. But like, I understand the struggles, like with my wife being Japanese, and like she's like, English is stupid. And I'm like, I absolutely agree. Knife Collector 41, yo, Mike, what's up, bro? Oh, pardon me. Oh, but back to the whole channels thing. I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent. It happens a lot. I try not to do it in the actual live feed. I apologize if tonight's flow, I do have to apologize. I told John the same thing. I apologize if the flow of tonight's live feed was not as smooth and things like that. But the fact is, I honestly did not know until like an hour before that I was actually going to do it 100%. Because like I said, with the wife, I didn't know. I thought I was going to maybe have to take the wife to the emergency room. This was just off the cuff stuff that I wrote down like 20 minutes before, and we went through this in 30 minutes. So the rest of it was just like off the cuff. Like, you guys actually kind of fed it better than I did. I honestly didn't leave like the last hour to ask questions. I was like, I got nothing else. Like, I have drawn it out an hour, and now I would have felt so bad for John if I had. It would have been my fault. I was not prepared. And I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I woke up this morning, I had a bunch of comments that I read that put me in, I was already in a bad mood, and it just set me into that depression, that spiral. And I talked with Jake, and I talked with a psychiatrist, and it really helped immensely. Just Jake telling me, like, kicking me ass. He's like, do you want to do this, or do you want to not do this? Do you want to be a knife maker, or you just want to complain? And I was like, all right, I needed that. I had that coming. I earned that. But so the channel thing that I do in the background, so that you guys know, there was a lot of people that asked me what content I watch. And surprisingly, there's very little knife content. And then I realized that there's a lot of channels that I wish I could give some money to, like Claw Kicker, that kid, like, he's given $1,000 a month to kids that are in need. And I was like, he stopped doing videos because he got hate. And I get it. I had so much hate in comments that get toxic, and it gets into you. And then you complain about it, and you bitch about it. You drag it with you, and you dump it onto other people, which is what I did to Alex Steingraber and all those guys. And it was one of those things where I kind of drug it into a group chat, and they called me on it. And they're like, look, we don't need that here. You're making it toxic. You're dragging your shit onto us. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And yeah, I live down the road from Nick Shabazz. But I wanted to help out that channel, and because I understand where he's coming from, and so I put it up. And doing that, I've realized that what I can do is, I can't support these channels. What was this? Yes, I'm a professional music pure G House genre music. I've been so busy editing videos for other channels and editing color grading photos for other people that I've had little or no time for myself. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's obviously you're good at it because you got 2 million subscribers. But so in a way, I wound up taking something that someone asked me a question, and I turned it into something that now is support the channels you love. That's actually going to be a running theme. I'm going to keep doing that on channels. And it doesn't have to be small channels, that necessarily smaller channels than mine, like Nick Shabazz. I love Nick Shabazz. That dude is great. And like, I'm going to put it up, support the channels you love. I can't give Nick money, but I can give Nick views, which I think all of you guys already follow Nick. So that's where that has kind of went. And it's actually now I'm in the process of figuring out how I want to write it, where there's just a standard blurb of support the channel you love. And then, so there's a beginning, and then I could drop the channel name, and then I could just write a little blurb. And then there's the end, the support the channels you love part. And I want to start that as a movement, support the channels you love, even if it's not monetarily. Like, the fact that you guys are even here is great. It's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning for a lot of you guys. So I can't pronounce it. I'm going to fuck that up into, like, I'm going to have to get Siri to pronounce that for me. How do I tell her to pronounce it? Because I can't pronounce it. Like, hey, how do you pronounce this? She's like, I don't know, because you can't pronounce it. You're an idiot. Have you guys ever done this? Have you ever? God, I feel like an idiot when I say this. So I don't know if you guys remember back, my best friend Clint. I still talk to Clint. He's married and has a child now, and the fact that he has reproduced frightens me. I find that terrifying. I work 8 a.m. Monday through Friday and stay up till 6 a.m. LOL. That's not good. So at any rate, got stale. I'm weird. Somnium. There we go. Read this, Mike. Somnium. Have I got it? Have I got it now? Somnium. Is that it? Did I get it? So you're from? I'm from Ohio. Okay. Not to try and throw it out there because I know you've got that many. I know you've got that many subscribers. You can't have it out there, but are you out near Columbus? Like on the northeast side of Columbus? Because I'm from Ohio and I'm from Coshocton. Shitty little small town. Actually, I'm from a shitty small town outside of Coshocton, but that's probably the closest name you're going to get that you would recognize. I got to figure out where's the Hinderer Ranch. Where is Hinderer Ranch?
Okay, here's what I found.
That's not what I was asking you. Medina. I know exactly where it's at. I'm from that is so fucking weird. So out of curiosity, knowing that someone like me from Ohio can't pronounce the name of your channel, why would you name it that? I'm just curious. I know where you're talking about though. Yeah, Kashak. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll show you exactly where I'm from. You want to see where I'm from? What is this? What are we talking about here? There's a different line in the sand when it comes to hobbyists' love for it, work, income, and so on. Then you mix the element. There's a part of everything, life and personalities. I'm not sure what we're talking about. You're from Cambridge, Ohio? My dad was born in Cambridge. I have family that lives in Cambridge. Do you remember when you go into Cambridge and you go down to Kennedy's Bakery? There was the big Carpet King sign on the hill before you went down to like Southgate Parkway area. I've been to Cambridge a lot. Let me pull it up and I'll show you exactly where I'm from in Ohio. Westlake, Guernsey County, Ohio. Yeah. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna pull something up for you guys. I'm gonna show you exactly where I'm from. We'll do it on Google Maps. Fresno, Ohio. And we'll pull this up on maps and I'll show you exactly where I'm from. This is ridiculous. So ridiculous. This is why it's funny, because I'm going to pull this up and you guys are like, wait, there's nothing there. I know. Seneca Lake. We always were at Seneca Lake. My dad, before my dad passed away, we always had a camping spot out there. Fresno, Google Maps. Let's pull this up. There's Fresno. White Eyes Carry Out, post office. And that's about it. That's Fairview Cemetery. Let's see. Can I bring this up? How do I want to bring this up and show it in satellite. That's what I want. I want satellite. So this is my hometown of Fresno. The house I grew up in is right next to, so there's the Methodist church that we always played at. And there's the post office. This is the house I grew up in with the largest maple tree I've ever seen in my life that takes up the whole backyard. And I used to push mow this all the way. And then I helped my parents purchase, there's Fairview Cemetery. That's where my grandfather is buried, and my friend Mike Dean. And then you come up here, and then there is the house that my mother lives in right next to the pond. Right there. That's it right there. What is that, Mike? Like 5 acres? You mean this the area around the house right there? Yeah, I want to say that's like 5 acres. That pond is like about an acre. Yeah, that pond's got a lot of smallmouth bass. My dad and I would go fishing, and we would just whatever we caught, we threw in the pond. My grandfather and I actually dug a lot of that pond ourselves. That house. So what you see, if you see the house, I can go zoom in on it. I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. We'll go back to zoom. So that's the actual house. And there's a big deck and everything. And this is all just like, this is an old picture because this was when my dad was still there. My dad just puttered and tinkered around. This was like his workshop and he worked on tractors and stuff. This is an old, I don't know if you guys can see the actual thing, but that thing right there is an old chicken coop. And then this is an old, this is all the old farm. That's the old farmhouse and stuff that my grandparents lived in. But that's it. But yeah, I mean, it's well, the area I cut grass. No, it was like an acre and a half. I push mowed, but I actually mowed other people's. I mowed other people's yards. That was a funny story. Like I tell my daughter all the time, like you have no idea how easy you have it, even though like we're having some hard times. You know, money's not great. The channel's like the only income, and I'm okay with it. Things will get better. I talked with my psychiatrist today. Things will get better. He's like, you got more opportunities now than I had this time last year. At any rate, when I was a kid, my dad was like, I wanted a Nintendo. And my dad was like, you want a Nintendo? Start mowing the yard and I'll pay you for it because I don't have the money for it. Like you gonna do it, you got to earn some money. And so I started push mowing our yard. And then being me, I push mowed the yard until I reached the point where everyone else had a Nintendo. And I had all this money that I could buy a Nintendo. And I was like, well, wait a second. There's other things I want. So I took the money and I bought a used riding mower and I started mowing other people's yards. And I didn't have a Nintendo and my friends made fun of me. But about 2 summers later, I had anything I wanted because I had saved up all that money. I basically, my dad told me if I wanted a Nintendo that I had to pay for it myself. And instead of just doing it until I got to a point to get what I wanted, I started a fucking business. I mowed everyone's yard for like $10. What Jeremy Morris say? That's a huge chicken coop. We had, I think my grandmother said when they had chickens on that farm that they had like 600 or 700 chickens. At one point we had, I mean, that farm is huge. You guys can understand. At one point that farm was like 560 acres when I was a kid. When I was a teenager, it was still 300 something. And to check fence, you were out for like a day or two on horseback. But at any rate, like I was saying, like that we had at one point like 300 or 400 head of cattle on that farm. It's something that like people in the city just cannot grasp. It's way outside anything they can grasp. But no, that is also awesome. Pretty cool. Somnium, if you're still here, that is pretty awesome. That is cool that you are out in that area. Like I didn't know there were people that had, there we go. I didn't know there were people on YouTube from Ohio that had that many subscribers. I didn't know. I had no idea. I'm definitely going to pull that up. I'm definitely going to subscribe to your channel. As a matter of fact, let me do it right now. Let's see. I want to be amazed. Snow. Yeah, I was going to say the other was shoveling snow. I shoveled snow all winter a lot of times. Addicted to blades. What's up? Nothing much. He got it right. Mike, have you ever heard of Stinky Feet Pizza? No? I may have. That might be something I saw weird one time. Jake and Logan Paul, are they from Ohio? They're out here because my buddy did a video with them. He was the drill sergeant that was in one of their videos. Wait, Jake and Logan Paul, Stinky Feet Pizza? I gotta look this up. You guys have got me doing like, I should be watching my big screen, but instead I'm playing around on my small screen, looking at my medium screen. See, Why do people in Ohio? I don't know. Let's see. Stinky Feet Pizza. Oh, wait. No, I want to go to YouTube. That's right. Before I forget. I want to bring this up because I'm going to subscribe to your channel right now. What the fuck? Why is it not showing me your actual channel? I'm gonna have to do this. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've never heard of Stinky Feet Pizza. Well, hey, okay, you know what we can do? We'll stop that screen. And we'll go right here and we'll just pull up Stinky Feet Pizza. Pizza. Oh, sorry. This is definitely going to be Stinky Feet Pizza. I don't see an actual Stinky Feet pizza. I see things like pizza making, smells like feet, stinky feet pie for all. I don't see an actual business called Stinky Feet Pizza. I don't see it. I don't think I would either. Let's see here. This is really irritating. Holy cow. Let's see here. Videos, playlists, 124,000. Jesus. But it says you only have 70 or 95 videos, but you've got, let me see here. About, wow. 141 million views. That is insane. Like that is insane. What is that? A lot of it is age restricted now. Yeah, I mean, but like just that is nuts. 100 million views. That is insane. Channels. That is nuts. I'm trying to get here. How do I? There we go. Nah, I'm subscribed. There we go. Got it. That's nuts. That's nuts. I thought I was so happy when I hit 1 million views. Like I did a giveaway when I hit 1 million views. Like I was like, I'm never gonna get to 1 million subscribers. Fuck it. Let's just do 1 million views. I hit 1 million views. I was like, I'm doing a giveaway. And people were like, wow, when did you hit what video was 1 million views? No, not a video. Like over the lifetime of the channel. Like over the last 5 years, I finally hit 1 million views. And people were like, so? Mike, it's called Sunrise Inn. It's Warren, Ohio. I mean, honestly, I've never heard of it, but guys, I have to do something. You guys, we can keep talking, but I have definitely got to light a mosquito coil. I am getting chewed up out here. So talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm not going anywhere. If anyone shows up, tell them, don't leave. I'll be right back. It's just going to take me a second. I just got to dump the ashes out of this because I'm getting chewed up by mosquitoes. I can see. $1 million views. Not that big of an accomplishment. There's a lot of channels that hit that in their first year. I mean, but here's the thing. I don't care as long as I'm still having fun with it. And there's been times where the channel kind of went dormant for a while, but that was because there was I took the hate stuff to heart, and I kind of let it get in the way. And then I realized how much I enjoyed the show. I never figured I would enjoy making videos. Somebody told me I should. But Hey, hey, did you guys see the after show last night? Mike lit himself on fire. That's that right there. I got to find a way to get that screenshot and put that up as the thumbnail for the after show. Since it is Friday, we can stick around and do this for a while if you guys want to. I don't have a problem with that. Like, if you guys want to start bouncing out, let me know. But you guys know me. I have the gift of gab. I will keep talking as long as you guys want to keep listening. Did you guys y'all don't know skeeters until you live South Florida. Now so I went to scuba school in Panama City, Florida, and I will tell you I got chewed up there. But I don't care what you say about South Florida. Yeah, just hit the like button before y'all bounce. I don't care what you say until you have been in some of the swampy areas in Southeast Ohio where you can hear the mosquitoes coming out of the cattails. I think that's on par with anything you got in Florida. It's nasty. The mosquitoes here are a little bit worse because we everybody runs their sprinklers, and so we do have standing water and stuff in some places. So the mosquitoes are not. I don't find them as bad. Like, they're chewing my wife and daughter up, but tonight they're bad because it rained. It rained today, and that seems like that's when they just all come out. It did rain for a little bit. I was kind of surprised. There was a water falling out of the sky. And I was come up on panel if not. Oh no, I can do it. I'll tell you what. I don't know how. Let me see how. Let me see. I don't have a tool for this. So I'll tell you what, DM me your email address, and I will, if you DM me your email address, I will go on Instagram and I will pull you up. I'll send you the link. Or if you want to send me your phone number, I can text it to you however you want, whichever is easier. DM me on Instagram, and I can send it to you either way, whichever you want. If you want to email or text, whichever way. So that's gonna be fun. We're gonna bring somebody in. I've never met this person. Just talked. I just happened to see, that he started following me on Instagram, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I went, what? Fuck that. No, I'm okay. But like, I was in Panama City, but like I said, I saw that he'd started following, and I'd seen you in a couple of the live feeds, I think. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, oh yeah. And then I saw, like, what I see, how many subs on Instagram? I don't remember. It was a lot. And I was like, holy crap. And I was like, oh wow, this guy follows me. Let me follow him back. And I was like, Jesus, that's a lot of followers. So yeah, I was saying, like I said, if you want to, let's see, horseflies, 15K, not a lot. That's a lot. Maybe not in perspective compared to other things, but that's a lot. Like, I think Knife Collector. He was here too, I think. I guess some interesting stuff that happens. This is unique. One request. There we go. Brant, yo. Oh, I thought that was oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. But Brant, let's see here. Oh, I thought okay, cool. I got confused because you guys' thing. I thought Psalm me was telling me that. But yeah, that's fine. Hang on a second. Let me so yeah, knife collector. I need knife collector 41. I need an email. Or a text or a phone number. So shoot me your email. Which whoever wants to be a couple of you guys want to be in here. I don't care. Let's see. Sent just now. You do have a lot of Hinder knives. New comments. Huge Hinder fan. I like Hinders. I have a Hinder over there. I just don't I don't necessarily like it because it's just not exactly what I would want it to do. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of thick. It's not as thick as they used to be, but it's just not quite. Here we go. I'm gonna get this prepped. I'm gonna invite. Here we go. This is gonna be fun. Let's see here. No. Oh, good. It's a Gmail. All right. I'm gonna set this up. I'm inviting Knife Collector in. I'm sorry. I thought Somnami was Somnium was the one, but that's fine too. Let's see here. Oh wow. This is you would have a you'd have a long one. I'm still here, guys. I just typed. I'm in a weird position to type like this. Just want to make sure I got it wrong or right. I want to make sure I got it wrong. Yeah. Okay. Cool. There you go. I just sent you the message. So let's close that. How many people are still here? 14 people. We'll keep this going for a while. No, that's cool. From Ohio and has that many subscribers. I didn't know. Like, how do you? Okay, you're Medina County. You're Medina, Ohio, and you've got that many subscribers doing G house music. Like, I'm like, that's interesting. That's gotta be out of place. Actually, you know what though? Ohio's a weird dichotomy, if you would. There's a lot of things that happen in Ohio. Keep it going as long as I have 3 more hours left. Hey, Knife Collector 41. I know who this is. I know who it is. You just changed your channel name, you dick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know who this is. I had been recommending your channel for a while, then you changed your name.
Yeah, I just decided to call myself Knife Collector because I am a knife collector.
Pretty much. True. Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good.
I haven't talked to you since we were on Knife Junkie a while back.
Yeah. I was recently on Lefties a while back, and now
yeah, that's what they were saying.
Yeah, and then I'm in Metal Complex's Discord. I'm in a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't Discord.
It's fun. It is fun, but
it's confusing. There's too much that goes on. It just makes I'm old, man. I'm old. It's just too much. It's too much. I got underwear that's probably older than you. How old are you?
I'm 29. I'm 29 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I spent almost as much time I spent almost as time working for the government as you were alive. So, what were we talking about here? That would be dope. What? Wow, Jeremy Russell. What? Jeremy Russell said something. I go to the Microtech factory a couple times a year. If you want to check something out, just hit me up. Yeah, that's something Jeremy's never offered me. Maybe it's because I don't follow him on Instagram. He's like all pissy. He's like, "Hey, you don't follow me on Instagram. Suck a dick." I am not at all concerned about this one being monetized or not. I don't care. I have a beer left, and
I will be honest. I talked to Rick Hinder too.
I love Rick. That dude's a good
Rick is awesome.
Well, and like I talked to Rick, and then we know that we're each from Ohio. We're both Ohioans. Like,
Oh, nice.
so we talk at the show, and I was talking to the one time was the show. I was talking to him. He goes, "Are you from Ohio?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "I kind of picked it up from the way you talk. Like you're from like the southeast area down south." And you're like if you're from Ohio, you're like there's certain things that you know. Like when somebody tells you they're from certain areas, you're like, "Oh, state institution side or prison side?" Like when somebody tells you they're from fuck, I can't even think of this still the name of the town, but like when they say they're from like a certain town, you look them, oh yeah. Is that the state prison side or the state institution side? And they're like prison side. I'm like, oh, okay. Because that's the only there's the only two jobs in that city is that is the either the prison or the state the mental institute. And then you got like everybody sees NEWARK and like, oh, that's Newark. And I was like, not in Ohio, it's not. That's NERC. And then we have a town. We have towns called. We have two rivers. They're called the Big and Small Maumee River, and it's spelled Miami. And they're like, oh, that's the Miami River. And you got Maumee, Ohio. Like, oh, it's Miami, Ohio. I was like, no, it's not. That's Maumee. Are you an idiot? You don't know how to pronounce that word?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Buckeye State. Yeah. Okay. So he says the Buckeye State. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's the Buckeye State. You know what a Buckeye is? It's a fucking nut. Kind of explains things.
That's funny.
So you were Ohio Light and Power. I don't know where Ohio Light and Power. I don't know how much of that they run. We were on Frontier Power out where I grew up, and we were like, that's the name of the company. But the fact is, it's like the frontier of Ohio, because if it rained, you lost power for like 2 days. If it snowed, you were out power for like a week. You're like, man, the roads aren't even closed. The wind blew real hard. You lose power for a day. Thunderstorm, you're going to lose it for like a couple hours. Hailstorm, you're down at least a day or two. So
it's crazy.
What was this? I think we're heading up there the week of Labor Day. See if they have some. Jeremy, if you go, tell Tony Marfione that I sent him an email that I haven't gotten a response to yet.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Just if I could just drop it, it's like, hey, you know, like Emler sent you an email, and he's like, who? Nah, I know he's busy, so I'll talk to him when I see him.
I'm the only one that doesn't own a Microtech yet.
I was looking to see if I had one that I'd be willing to spare, but I don't. Yeah, and there's one. Yeah. There's one missing from my case, and I find that disturbing.
Uh-oh.
Well, I had a friend over, and it's not that it's missing. I'm very OCD. The only thing I'm OCD about is my knife case. Like my wife comes out and she's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm OCD. And she's like, no, you're not. Look at the rest of the garage. She's like, it looks like something exploded out here. And I'm like, yeah, but I can tell, like, if I look at my knife case, I can tell exactly what knives are out of my knife case by looking at the empty spots. And she's like, I'm like, what?
Nope.
What? Murky Ocean doesn't own a Microtech either. I don't know why I'm reading all these to you guys. It's not like I've gotten in such a habit of reading the comments that I put up because I'm on the podcast and I'm putting on Apple iTunes. And I'm like, the first couple, I was like, I listened to them and I was like, these people have no idea what the fuck's going on. Like not a fucking clue. So I've been like really like paying attention to making sure that I read the comment that I'm putting up on the screen so everybody knows what question we're asking, exposed to, oh, you know, Bill, I don't know. I like that. I don't have an answer for that. And I'm like, and then you go back, you listen to it like, Jesus, why would anyone listen to this on iTunes? So I try to make sure that I try to make sure that I'm reading the comments to people. Yeah. What is this? Who are we talking to? Who doesn't own a Microtech?
Me.
I'm missing out. I can send you a brand new Hera. A lot of people don't own one.
I mean, for me, I'm very picky with Microtech. The only one I want is the Select Fire. That is the one I want.
Which Select Fire?
The double action. that has auto and manual.
Yeah, but I'm saying they did a couple knives with that. Which one are you talking about? So they had they had the DOC select fire.
Yeah.
And they had another one. They had another select fire. There was a couple. I think they did two that had the select fire. I wanted. Knife collector. He's talking to you.
What now? The 4 knife. Okay. Oh, hello.
Yeah. So we found out in just in the weirdness tonight that he has like 2 million subscribers, and I was like, what? No. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's got one that you could borrow.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I only have Dave. I only have 2 knives. Been getting in it for 8 months. Wife is starting to notice a growing collection. Yeah, you got it. Okay. There's a trick. Okay, there's a trick. Okay, we're gonna 2A Dave. It's just like with your gun stuff. I won it. I'm borrowing it, or someone gave it to me, and I'm not sure if they want it back or not. Those are the 3 big things. Like, you can't ever let your, like, when I go to a knife show and I come home and she's like, oh, where'd you get that? I was like, I won it in the lottery. She's like, oh, you didn't pay for it? I was like, nope, not at all.
So that's how lotteries work. I always wondered how these things work.
Oh, they're horrible. Like, you win the chance to actually pay them for the knife. Hey!
Hey!
I told my wife, she's like, do you make money on the podcast? I was like, yeah, I make money on a podcast. Like, it's not a lie. I could pay for the cat food. So, but no, if you go to a knife, have you been to a knife show and won a lottery?
Nope, never have. I've always wanted to go and do, like, I've always wanted to go to Blade Show and never been. I want to so bad. That's why every time I watched all your videos, Mike. You're funny. You're just funny.
But have you ever seen, like, everybody's like, I have so many people that send me to knife shows to put my name on a list for shit. I'm like, why? And they're like, you fucking win everything. Like, I am so unlucky throughout the year. I go to a knife show, literally. So you guys know this isn't a joke, and Nico can corroborate this. Nico and I went to, I want to say Cali Customs Show. No, it was the Tactical Knife Invitational in Vegas. And Nico and I's names got called so many times that other people were telling, no, hold up, they're coming to see if they want to buy that knife. People are like, holy shit, that's the same number again. I've won a Rick Hinderer. I've won, you don't actually win the knife. You win the chance to buy the knife. I bought a Rexford. I wound up winning a Hinderer that I passed on just because it wasn't anything special and I just didn't want to dump the money on it. But I won a Todd Rexford that I paid $2,000 for and flipped it that night for $12,000.
Oh,
I won the Strider. Nico and I have won and flipped so many knives. I think I won like 6, 8 knives one show. Just the chance, like I just couldn't buy them. But in-depth Hinderer versus CRK to only have one or the other and the why. So I will answer that question. I knew that it was I didn't mean to click it back off, but yeah, like, so, yep. Mike, you're a comic and you're passionate into blades. I actually had somebody say something to me the other day. I don't want to say this too because it's kind of dickish. And they're like, so have you know that Slicey Dicey's a comedian, right? And I was like, no, I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know that. And they sent me a link to the video and I was like, I didn't want to sound like a dick, but I was like, wait, I thought you said he was a comedian. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, that shit wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. He's like a stand-up comedian. Go look it up.
Oh, I watched him. He's funny to me, but
I didn't think he was funny. It was more like watching somebody who had taken a bunch of other people's comedy stuff and kind of tailored it to them. That's what it seemed like to me, but I just didn't think it was all that funny.
Yeah. Dang, Jeremy, you only have 3? I have 24 Hinderers. And I don't trade and sell them.
You're not married, are you?
No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Dude, they're all in here.
I was gonna say, because I was like,
nope. I don't want
I'm gonna bet. I was like willing to bet money on that one that you're not married because dude, because my wife can tell when the bank account gets touched without even. She's like, he's got his wallet out. I know it. I that's when I finally found this that came up. I had saved for, I'd say for I think 5 or 6 years to get the Norseman. And I mean, I'd had the money more than once. Which one's that?
This is the Hinder and Navy. That's the Gen 2.
Nice. Did you see the video? Right now I have the Cold Steel Archangel at my house.
I saw that video. Rare. That's very rare.
Yeah, super rare. Like I was like, it's not that rare. Like I was shooting a video. I was like, hey, it's not that rare. And then I was like doing some stuff and I mentioned something on a forum and they were like, I was like, yeah, it's kind of rare. And they're like, no, motherfucker, that shit is rare as fuck.
There's the Emmett that he came out not too long ago. It's not a bad knife.
I mean, don't know if I like it or not.
It's pretty thick for it's same thing as like an MX.
That's
XMF, I think it is. I think it's what its version of it's like similar to it.
I like Rick's knives and I like Rick, but the problem I have with them is that they are, like we were talking about that with BGM knives, that they are so thick. He does regrinds on them and they are really, really thick.
Yeah. I mean, here's a
Somnium
classic.
says he's jealous. Or are you asking me if I'm jealous? Because I don't know. I got news for you. Everybody reaches. I've been married for like 19 years. Everybody reaches a point where they're like, "Why the fuck did I get married?"
Well,
and it comes and it goes. Like there's days that you just wake up and you can tell. Like being married for a long time, you can wake up and know what kind of day it's going to be by just the way your wife looks at you. Like you wake up, you come downstairs, and she turns and looks at you. I'm like, it's gonna suck all day. It is gonna. Yeah, I know. He said he's got 20 hinders. That's what I was.
Yeah, I have 24 hinders.
Facts. You walk downstairs and she just looks at you. And she's got a little bit too much crazy eye going, and you're like, oh man. I got stuff I got to do today. I think I got to go to Home Depot and I got to go over to Elliot's, and then I'm just gonna. She's yelling at you. My wife is crazy. She's yelling at me now.
Oh man.
Is the volume up on your computer? Because I'm going to say, hey, he's talking about you. Murky Ocean said that his wife is crazy and she's yelling at him now. I hope that you're watching on headphones. Oops. Uh-oh, answer your question. Oh, yeah, we didn't get around to answering a question. I'm sorry. He paid me. He's like, motherfucker, I paid you. And then I asked it again and you still didn't answer. In depth. Hinderer versus CRK to only have one or the other and why? Well, as much as I like Rick, I would take I'd take my Sabenza over because over lifetime, it's going to be easier to maintain. It's got a hollow. So as I sharpen it, it's not going to thicken up. I would have to do less maintaining. And this is a thinner blade stock and a thinner grind. It's going to cut better. And I mean, that's the main reason.
I got into CRK a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only ones I got is a custom 21 and then I can't think of I can't think of the name of it.
The Unumzon?
I have the Unumzon and I have the it's kind of like the Sabenza 25, but it's not. I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. And
then I have the small version of it.
The Umnumzon or the 25 went away and they replaced it with basically the same knife. Inkosi. There you go.
Yeah, Inkosi, thank you.
Yeah. So no, I just as much as Rick's knives were really, I just can't. I owned one. I bought one when they were still like you couldn't even buy them. Like they weren't on the market. Like you had to be LEO or military. And I was still technically both. and I couldn't get one. And I bought one on the secondary market, and I got raked over the coals.
There's
And
the
I
fire
paid.
tax.
How much are those?
The fire tax?
Yeah.
$4.25.
God, geez, see, I was like, "Oh, you should get one." And I'm like, "I can't. I'd like my wife. My wife found out how much I spent out of my little slush fund with this.
Hey, I've always wanted a Grismo. I've always wanted one.
There was an ugly night. That was an ugly night. She's like, "Wait a second." Like, because she saw the bank statement, she saw a transfer, and I was like, she's like, "What is that account?" I was like, "Oh, that's the CrazySharp channel account." She's like, "What did you buy?" And I was like, she's like, "There better be more." She's like, "There better be like several of those." I was like, "Nope, just this one." And she was like, I know, Jeremy. I'm just curious. I definitely want to see it. Like, I'm just curious about the price. And I was like, but here's the thing. I promise. I promise I won't buy another knife unless I sell one. Like, so now I'm at that point where I have made that promise. So there has to be a sale for there to be a purchase. Unless.
I know. I've met Scott. Scott is an awesome dude.
Unless it comes.
Well, I met him in chat.
From my PayPal PayPal. Because she doesn't see that one. Which one? What are we talking about?
The half-track buoy that just came out like a couple months ago. The newest one.
Oh, Woody got me the half-track buoy, exclusive half-track buoy. Scott, it's okay. Scott who? That's what I'm saying.
Scott
I don't
Whittington.
know. Oh, okay.
We just call him Witty.
Yeah, I got you. I just didn't understand what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Leaning forward, and my fat belly is starting to drive me nuts on my belt because I'm old. That's what happens when you get old.
You gotta get your pot belly out.
Just rub it. You
just rub it all over.
I'm gonna put some Crisco on it. Just rub it. Put an olive in my belly and make you dig for it.
Did you ever review one of these?
I don't remember. The problem I have with it is that I would like to, but my problem with most of them that I've reached the conclusion. My problem with most of them is that fucking flipper tab. Because when I get it in my hand, it digs into my freaking finger. It's like it's on there backwards. I'm like, why is your flipper tab backwards?
Yeah.
Why is it backwards? Get in my belly.
From the fat bastard. Get in my belly.
Well, it's that, but like so if you're in a Navy and you do the crossing the line ceremony, there's a thing where they're like, you have to go meet like Davy, you have to go to Davy Jones, and then you have to see Neptunum Rex, who's the king of the ocean, to get to be authorized to no longer be a wog, but now you're a shellback. And so before that, you have to go see Davy Jones. And Davy Jones is always the fattest dude on the ship. And what they do is they put an olive in his belly button. And this dude's always got like this big, fat, hairy belly. And then they just put Crisco all over. And so you have to, to get past him, you have to get the olive out of his belly button to go see Neptunus Rex, the king. But the whole thing is, it's not like you just put your face out there and then you get it. No, he grabs your head and he's rubbing your face all over his hairy fucking belly that's covered with Crisco. And you got to try and like, as you're going by, like catch that fucking olive. The best you could hope is maybe you knock it out with your nose and you pretend you're eating it. Like, aha, I got it. They're like, all right, go ahead. You're like, that's disgusting. I'm really upset with my decision at the moment. I regret every decision I made in my life that has led me to this moment.
There's a classic for you.
I had one of those on the channel.
It
wasn't.
I watched
it was
that.
It was the blue. You remember that was the blue titanium one that was so horribly misground.
Yes.
Like it was the edge, and I was like, man, that sucks. By the time you get there, it's Crisco and all the other crap that everyone in front of you has tracked through that is now rubbed on his belly as well. Because so you have to go through this trash chute, and it's trash and food and nasty garbage and everything, and you're crawling through it, and it's all over your face and stuff, and then they're rubbing your face on this dude's belly with Crisco, and by the time you get there, it's not just Crisco, it's Crisco and trash and garbage and vomit and slobber and snot because you got because they're putting Tabasco sauce all over your face and stuff. It's just disgusting.
Ooh, I can answer this.
Which one?
Probably if you want to get one, get a 3-inch first before you get a 3.5. Experience it first. If you want a smaller knife, you could. I mean, it depends.
I like the 3 inches, but like the thing is that they're still really, really thick. What is this? God, Jeremy Russell, I'd go freaking bankrupt if I had parents-in-laws that lived close access to Microtech. Yeah. Jeremy always talks about going. It's just, I'm so glad I stumbled into this. My live feeds get sideways and wind up being something weird sometimes, especially the after show, because, you know, I do all that knife content, and I say it all the time. Like I was talking about the whole channels thing. Yeah, I like the slippies. I do like the Hinderer slippies.
Slippies are cool.
I like those. I actually had a guy had me buy one at a show. He was in England, and he goes, "Hey, if you're at the show, buy a slippy. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care what version. Get me a slippy, and I will pay you for it." And I'm like, "Okay." And I was like, man, I should have negotiated this better because I just bought this slippy, and he said he was going to pay me, but I have no guarantee. That dude paid double. He's like, "Okay, whatever you paid for it, I'm going to double it because you can't get them here. It's the only slip joint I want." He's like, "You can't get them sent here. You can't buy them." He's like, "No one has them." He's like, "If you can send it to me, I'll pay you double what you paid for it." And I was like, "All right, you send me the money and I'll send it to England." And he's like, "Done." And I mailed it off that was a Saturday. Like he paid me at the show. I was like, "I got it." This is solid content, some of the best informative and entertaining. I like to keep it in fun, and the live feeds usually are for me. I don't know if you've heard me say that. Like the live feeds are for me. I do these because I enjoy them. Yeah, see,
there's some Jurassic.
The whole thing, like I have a lot of Ferrum Forges. The thing is, there's so much different. There's so much different. Like every Ferrum Forge is so much different, but you can kind of see the lines. I don't want to say this too loudly because I don't want Rick's fans to get upset. But every fucking Hinderer, with the exception of that fire attack, looks like every other fucking Hinderer. It's like going to a West Virginia family reunion. It's just one big amalgamation of the same person. You're like, "Hey, that looks like that guy and that guy and that guy and that guy." It's because they're cousin, uncle, daddy, sister.
Ooh, that's fun, Dad. S35VN is probably the best steel you can get for that, or 20CV. 20CV is way better. It does not corrode.
I was hovering over the button to just do this and say, "Okay, we're gonna put him in a corner," because what he said made no sense. But you came back out with it, so I didn't have to time you out. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I've noticed a lot, like from S35, it does not hold an edge very long than 20CV, because 20CV holds 20CV holds an edge.
I'll tell you, it depends on the
heat treat.
The heat treat, because this S35VN on this doesn't hold an edge. I mean, but it does strop up real easily and sharpens. This S35VN leaps and bounds above it, and it's just the heat treat. This takes a different edge. It holds the edge longer, and
is that a Wii?
Yeah.
Is that the old school Wii, or is that
the old school 601 with the
the old school, dude?
The non-distal taper, just the account for
that's the rare one.
Yeah, they don't make these anymore. I had a guy's like, you should send me that one. I was like, he's like, you send me that. I just want to borrow it. And I was like, yeah. He's like, you could send it to me. And I was like, I could shit and fall in it too, but I don't see me just voluntarily doing that either.
There's the Warncliffe. If you like the Warncliffe.
There's that pocket clip.
There's the pocket clip.
There's the backwards pocket clip. Or the flipper tab. I did it again. I did that in a fucking video not long ago. I kept calling the fucking flipper tab a pocket clip.
What about, so have you heard the news about magnet cut steel?
Doing what?
I don't know. I mean, the guy that made the new version of magnet cut. I've heard there's tons of talk about it.
I've heard it's pretty good. I'm good friends with Sean Houston,
Ooh,
Big Brown Bear, and so Sean talks about it all the time, and I'm curious. He's talking about sending me a blank so I can mess around with it and do some grinding and sharpening. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't want him to put himself out, like, you know, but the whole thing is like comparing Big Brown Bears is going to be like comparing apples and watermelons, because his heat treats are sick. They're
yeah.
insane. And so like, if he sends me one that's heat treated, I'm going to be spoiled. And then I'll get one. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy that. And I buy a plate of it. And then I can't duplicate that heat treat. And then I'm going to be sorely disappointed. So yeah, I mean, S35, back to the whole thing. S35VN is a good steel. It's just, if it's heat treated really well.
S45 is good too.
I have a knife in S45. It was a gift from Zach, one of the members on the channel. That's that Bark River.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out. You know what? Since we're not actually putting this up on podcast, let me do this.
Okay. We interrupt this program for Mike.
There we go. That's better. It's these things are, while they work really well and they were really cheap, they are heavy.
They hurt your head.
Yeah. And there's not a lot protecting that up there. I don't know what to do. I put stuff on it. I give it plenty of water. I go out in the sun. I just give up. I just wear my hat all the time now.
You know what? Every time I watch your videos, and I was like, this dude wears the same hat like over and over, and I'm like, wait, I love that hat. I want to find that hat.
It's you can get it on Amazon. I'll tell you a secret about why I do that. And someone told me that's why this is here. So you see the same hat, the same sweatshirt in the intro for every video, right? Mm-hmm. This is the third hat. This is actually the third hat that I've went through on the channel. The second one that's in the intro is actually on my workbench. Oh, wow. And the times I do the live feed, I set it here. I started doing that, and someone told me, like, you accidentally stumbled on something, because now people get upset if I change hats. If I don't wear this hat, I get comments like, where the fuck's the hat? What's going on? I almost didn't click on the video because I didn't know it was you. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? I don't put my face in the thumbnails as often anymore, because it seems like I get more traffic if I show the item. But the fact is that so many people started associating it with it. I accidentally stumbled onto what Steve Jobs did intentionally. You ever notice Steve Jobs always wore a black tank top?
Yep.
And the same blue jeans, and he was always in the same thing. You always came to expect it, and it became synonymous with the understated coolness and the understatedness of Apple products. And it was a uniform. And I accidentally stumbled onto a formula where people immediately recognize and associate that hat with this channel. And if I change it, if I don't wear this hat in videos, I see a marked decrease in viewership. Like, people will tune in, and then you see the viewers drop off in a specific fashion. Like, I can see typically how many people stay engaged with a video out past a certain point. Mm-hmm. If I don't wear this hat, they come in and they leave. Like, the video starts and they leave. And I'm like, he's absolutely right. And now we reached the point where during the COVID stuff, when we were wearing masks, people still recognize me, like, hey, you're CrazySharp, right? I was like, how do you know I'm wearing a mask? Like, the hat. It's the hat. It's weird, but it honestly, and I just have resigned myself that I have to always wear this hat in videos. And now it's just, I just wear the hat 24/7. Like, I'm not joking. The hat goes to bed. I put it on the headboard. I put it on when I get up in the morning. I come back downstairs. If I'm going to the gym with my daughter, I put the hat on. I come downstairs. I put this hat here. I grab the old one that's on my workbench, and I go to the gym so I don't get this one sweaty and stinky. That one's needing replaced. That one needs to go away. that one you put it on for a little bit. You're like, what's? Oh my! I've not been. What are we doing? As a collector, I'm more of just a collector. I will use my knives, but honestly, none of them will ever be used enough to be able to notice any difference in blade steels. You know what? I mentioned that to someone and they told me I was full of shit. I was like, here's the thing. Like, I hard use my knives. I'm a knife maker. I'm a knife sharpener. I can see the differences between steels. The average person, if you gave them a knife in a premium super steel like S90V and gave it to them for a week and then gave them the same knife but made in 440C, the average knife user is not going to tell the difference. The average knife user. And those are always the guys that are so vocal about the steels and the Rockwell, are those guys that really don't ever do anything with their knives. They're the ones that are throwing a fit and were giving me hate when I said I don't give a shit about the Rockwell on a knife. Like, the steel and the Rockwell it's treated to are the last two things that I look at when I purchase a knife. Because if you were to look at the overall stuff for the steel in this knife, you would not say it's worth what I paid for it. We're not going to talk about what I paid for it.
And hey, here's the thing.
My wife's still awake, and there's a chance she's going to hear me.
I've watched all your videos, and it got me to making kiridashis. The style that you like, this very small.
Oh, I like a good small kiridashi. Yeah. Did you hand do that on stones or?
No, I did it on a grinder.
Like a grinder wheel on
just a cheap like Home Depot grinder, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
That's what I did.
Hang on a second. Okay. I'm still a steel snob, but that's more just to say that I have it more than anything else. Yeah. Well, hang on a second. I'm gonna go get during sharpening. That's when we'd be able to feel it. Yes, and that's why I was gonna show you. Like, oh my god, my knee. Oh shit. I'm fucking old.
Well, hi guys. How you doing?
I'll tell you when you know that you're getting old is when you start waking up in the morning and you didn't do anything the day before, but you feel like you were in a goddamn rollover car wreck the night before. Like, what the fuck did I dream about?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
With that, but this is in that in-house heat treat 20 CV.
Ooh.
So this is the satin. There's a satin one. I have two of these available. I have a satin one and I have a tumbled one, like super fine. But yeah, these are great. I love, and even though they're small, you can still control them and everything. I need to get a sheet of steel and just make some of these. The problem is no one's buying them, so I just, I got two of them. I gave one away, and that reminds me, I have to get with Eric and find out how we're going to do this sheath. I should. God damn it! I was going to grab this while I was over there too. We're talking about S45VN.
Yeah.
We're talking about S45VN, and I have this in it, and I'm pretty impressed with how this holds an edge. This is that North Country. So Zach, one of the channel subscribers, got this for me.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
I'm pretty impressed with how this holds up with everything I've done to it. Lots of cardboard. I've exposed it to shit that should have made most steels rust, and stuff like that. EDC Oz Rex 45 is basically Rex 121. Rex 45, I think I've seen. I can't remember if I've seen anything in it, but the problem is, like, I can tell you how it sharpens, but a lot of times these knives don't stay with me long enough to do, like, I'm not going to do like extreme edge retention testing on a customer's knife unless that's what they sent it in for. Like, and I don't do edge testing like you see on, oh yeah, you like that?
That's nice.
I can let you borrow it if you want. Let me borrow some of your subscribers. I'll let you borrow my knife. I can't give it. I can't give it away. I can't sell it. That's the whole deal. This was a gift to the channel. This thing is great. It's super comfortable. If you're ever curious about it, I'm not joking. I would send it to you for a loan. So if you're curious about whether it's something you want to get into and hold on to, like, just to see how it feels, because the fact is they really, really do such a good job. That was absolutely a joke, but I would, if you get a hold of me, if you DM me, I don't have a problem sending it to you if you want to see what it's like in person for one of these. because a lot of times these bark rivers and things, you can get into them. And then, I mean, I know you could probably buy one yourself, but the fact is, like, if you can try one, that's my big thing. With these knives, like, I would not have probably bought this because I would have looked at that handle and thought to myself, wow, that looks slick and everything like that. But the way it's contoured and the way it just sits in your hand,
oh yeah,
it's great. It is so great. And then the sheath is every bit as good. Like, it's insane. And it's just so simple. Like, it's so simple. And like, I was like, well, you know what? So sometimes simple's best. Simple's good. Yeah, these scales, this was the Dragon Frost red, and it has red liners. Dragon scale, I have the box for it somewhere. I should go look, but I'm tired of getting up. I've had fucking 3 knee surgeries. When I stand up, it's like it's an event. Like you get it ready for it. Like getting out of bed. Like, I got to get out of bed. Do I really have to get out of bed?
I'm going to agree with that. Anzo knives are good too.
They are, but I'm not going to lie to you. I've got one here that came in for sharpening, and I'm not sure about the temper right at the edge.
Oh yeah, that tip is so thin.
Not just the edge completely.
Yeah.
Like the entire thing. And I took a lot of material off of it. And it was really ground, and like the whole, I'm talking about the temper of the knife overall, not just the edge.
Ooh.
Like, even at, like, this guy won 12,000 grit, even at, hey, Lindy's here.
Hey.
It's the pixie princess of the knife world.
Okay.
No, it's just the after show. It's almost like no matter what I did, that edge just kept wanting to roll over to a really heavy burr, even at super high grit. And like, I couldn't use, like, I had to be real careful. I've got it done, and it seems like it's holding the edge. Yeah, Jesus, I'll get up and show you. Fuck me.
Lindy, and he's just getting up too much. Then his knee's gonna hurt. And then he's just like, my knee hurts.
My knee does hurt. Like, it fucking hurts all the time. That's what they do. They hurt. So it's this one, and like, I took it to 12,000 grit, like you asked. But the flip side of it is, like, I don't know if you guys can see how,
holy crap,
how badly that was ground. Like, I don't feel comfortable taking off any more material. That it was just like one side of it's all jacked, but it just did not want to take a good edge. It just felt like it kept rolling over. But it is sharp. I'm not gonna lie, it's sharp. It's a 10,000 grit edge, and it's nasty sticky.
Woohoo.
But I've put in some serious work with Anzus. I don't know, like I say, like, before the edge that was on it, he was like, it was before, and I've done some stuff with it, and it feels like it holds up when you're put it up close again. You can see that misgrind. Can you see that facet right up there?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I have had experience YXR 7 steel. It rusts real easily. It'll rust right through DLC on a Rockstead, and I know this because I had a Rockstead shin in YXR YXR 7, and it rusted through the DLC. Don't get me wrong, it's great steel. Like, I did sharpen it and a bunch of other stuff, but it was like, it was really rusty, even like at the apex where I had sharpened 64.7 Rockwell. That's what, so my custom versions of this in 20 CV are at 64 and a half. About the same as that YXR. These aren't, but my custom ones, and I've had customers like, bro, I've done some shit with this. He's like, I've done stuff that would have broken other knives. Hey, Shop Cat, come here, buddy. You want to come up? Shop Cat's here. Come here. Come here. Come here, bud. He just comes in. He's looking at me. I'm like, what the? You gonna come up? Come on. Come on.
I do like all Fair and Forge's like designs. When I go on Amazon, I try to find that one Fair and Forge that I like. It's the push button one.
Push button one.
It's
Oh, the
one-
ProTech, the ProTech version of the Mordax.
I've tried finding that one so long. I was like, man.
Good luck. People don't let them go. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Lindy, look who came.
Aw.
It's not a blade dulling issue with this sheath.
Oh yeah, the Mordax. The Mordax.
Mordax. The ProTech Mordax. That's what it is. You went back down. Okay, here you go. You can sit with me. Oh. He's like, bro, there's fucking knives everywhere. Where am I supposed to sit? Watch this. Like if I sit back like this, watch this. You'll see. Like, watch this.
Just look at me like, what?
You come up. This is not our cat. This is a random neighbor cat that decided that he likes me. And I can't sit in this couch without him being in my lap. Hey, buddy. God, he's got a purr box on him, though. He's just rumbling. I have a ProTech. Ow. Stop kneading. Stop kneading. You're awful close to really, really important shit.
It almost sounds like Deadpool. It's like, no!
I have one of them here that has oh my God, please stop. You're so heavy. God, Jesus, cat, sit still.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I like this cat. So what we were talking about, I have a mouse. The cat's like, hey, playing cat and mouse.
And we're talking about the Mordax.
I thought Mike was skin and bones. No, Mike's a fat old dude. Amazon has a new batch.
Awesome. I'll have to check it out then.
Please. Claws are so sharp. No. Okay. New comments. What was that? So I wanted to grab a What are you doing? I wanted to grab a ProTech CQ-C7 Jade. Okay. I've had, 3 beers? I got 1 left. This could be a long night. I don't drink very fast these days. I will tell you that I'm very disappointed with some of the stuff I see coming out of ProTech. And I told Dave this, and mainly because I was really upset with all the rework that Elliot had to do on the ProTechs, the ProTech titanium ones. And I can't get into it because, like I said, I'm in a non-disclosure. But I can tell you there was a lot of stuff that Elliot had to do to be able to even send out one of the titanium ProTech Mordaxes. And there's just so many inconsistencies with their knives at what they're charging. I just don't think it's fair to send out a knife that immediately is going to require some work from the end user. Which is why I get upset with Benchmade and Spyderco. It's just those things. Murky, I just said it's my HRC on that is about 64. About 64 on the 20 CV. What's this? FYI, Ross Cutlery in Los Angeles has some ProTechs available tomorrow. You're welcome, PT fans.
Okay.
What's this? I have ProTech. It's the Godfather Operator series. My buddy Tino has one of those. That's a cool knife. That's a pretty cool knife. I do enjoy that one. Jeremy just sent. How were you able? Jeremy, are you a mod? Did I make you a mod?
Whoa.
I don't remember if I made Jeremy a mod.
I
think he must be because he's posting up a link. I can't remember if I made Jeremy a mod. Yeah, that guy. Stabby.
Oh, dude. They got blue. Even better.
What was that? What was that? It sounded like a train ran through your house upstairs. Just now? Yeah, that's why I was. Did you see me do my daughter's? Okay, so my daughter's room is right above the garage, and she has an office chair because that's her classroom. And on Saturday night, or on Friday and Saturday nights, she can stay up a little bit longer. So that's what you heard was my daughter. I think my daughter rolled her chair. She's probably getting ready for bed. I got to figure out what she and I are going to watch tomorrow for daddy-daughter movie night, because we turned the garage here into a movie theater. I have some other chairs that I sit in, or I'll move the love seat over and I'll just lay in the love seat on. I have a pillow and stuff. And then she has like one of those yard chaise lounge chairs, the three-way folders. And she lays on it, and we're out here, and the cat hops up on the couch with me and hops up with the kid, and the dog has her mat out here, and we have popcorn and watch horror movies. You guys want to?
What kind of horror movies?
Any kind of horror movies. You know what we watched a couple weeks ago?
What?
So a couple weeks ago, because she went to a friend's house last week. So a couple weeks ago, we've watched the entire Fear Street series on Netflix. And I was like, this is like teeny bopper horror or whatever. It's like the Goosebumps series. That was a really good, those movies were actually really good. We enjoyed it. We watched the first one. And then the following weekend, we watched the second one, which was 2 weeks ago. And I was like we got done, and I looked at the clock, and I was like, I'm going to let you stay up way past your bedtime, and we'll just tell Mama that movie. I think I made you a mod. I don't know. I can't remember all this stuff. Oh, I can't. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. At any rate, so like that Saturday, my wife came out. She's like, is this movie still going? I was like, yeah, it's got like an hour and a half left. It's a really long movie. And my daughter's like, we just started this. I was like, she doesn't need to know that. Just keep your mouth shut. She won't know. Popcorn, shut up and watch the movie. She's like, I was like, I'm doing this for you. And she looked at me and she goes, no, you're not. You're doing this for you. And I was like, you're a very, very smart child. I was like, we're still going to watch the fucking movie.
Yeah.
EDC Oz tells you to pull that trigger before one of those fools gets the one you want.
Yeah, I'm going to. I think I'm going to get it maybe tomorrow in the morning, maybe.
What is this? I have about 40 brand new release bought YouTube movies and a second account channel that I would let you sign into, borrow to watch movies. Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's cool. If you want to send it to you, you can always DM it to me. But we usually, a lot of times, the kid and I, we watch stuff that I either already own on Amazon Prime. And I have, guys, I made, so you guys know, when I was stationed overseas, we didn't have cable and stuff like that. We had a thing where me and my roommate, we would each week, we'd buy like 2 DVDs each. And I have a huge collection of DVDs. I went through stuff that I have not watched in probably 15 years on DVD and Blu-ray and stuff. And I literally took 3 full, yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's cool. I definitely see what she wants to watch. But I took 3 full moving boxes full of DVDs to Goodwill and just dumped them. Like 3 full moving, like you couldn't have put another DVD in those boxes. Because when we moved from one house to the other, I packed all that shit up and I was like, why do I have 5 moving boxes full of DVDs? I was like, where? And some of them came out of a storage unit that we had and got rid of and stuff. Like, it was just insane. Like, all the stuff. What are you doing? All the stuff that I'm like, would you stop? That's my arm. And I still have an entire set of shelves full of DVDs and shit. Books. I took boxes of books that I've read and stuff like that. But we watched the entire, not the Nun. What's the one? Ed and Lorraine.
Insidious? No,
not Insidious. The ones with their like Ed and Lorraine.
That's Insidious.
No, it's not Insidious. That's the Nun and Abigail or Annabelle and all those. We watched that entire series.
Wait, it's the
God, I can't remember. I'm fucking old. Oh,
yeah, I'm trying to think. What?
So I'm waiting. Someone in the comments is probably gonna get it before either of us get it. I'll look it up. But no, we watched the third one at the drive-in theater, and then we watched the other two here at the house, and then we decided we were gonna watch The Nun. And yeah, Annabelle, what's the other ones though that like, oh, hang on a second. God damn it.
Well, there's Annabelle, there's Annabelle Coming Home.
Yeah, but we like
Then there's Insidious, there's Sinister.
no, these are The Conjuring.
Yeah, the
Conjuring movies. We watched all three of the Conjuring. There you go. Thanks. See? The Conjuring. We watched The Conjuring, and we watched The Nun, and then we watched something else that I had that was on DVD, and we watched now the next thing we're going to watch is she and I are going to watch the Exorcist. The Exorcist 3, because no one should ever watch The Exorcist 2. Because The Exorcist 3 is actually the sequel to The Exorcist, the first Exorcist, because the guy that did The Exorcist came back to do 3, and it's actually really good. The Exorcist 2 was complete and utter shit. It's the Spyderco. It's the Spyderco Shump Tough of the series.
Spyderco.
So
I love
what's up, Monster Racing? I'm not the only insomniac out there. I really should. The Exorcist was the first one, was honestly one of the crazy. Yeah, but if you watch the first one, then watch the third one, completely pretend that the second one didn't exist. Because it shouldn't have. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they were thinking.
You and your daughter should see the Halloween series.
That's the next. I told her that's the next one we're gonna watch is Halloween. But you skip Halloween 3 or 2.
Yes.
Which one was it? Which one was the one with the mask?
The Season of the Witch. Just
skip that. Just like every good series of horror movies has that one that you're like, and we don't watch that one.
Technically it is part 2. EDC. It's called Halloween Kills, and then the next one is Halloween Ends.
I'm done. I'm done with that. Like that one I'll never watch again. And then the one which was there's one that you shouldn't watch in the Friday the 13th series, and that's the one where he winds up in New York. Like you can watch all of them.
Oh, in Manhattan?
Yes. Yeah. Jason Goes Mad. Just skip that one. Like I'm saying, all the really good
and Jason Goes to Space. Jason Goes to Space. There you go.
I like that one. I actually found that one funny. Like in the beginning when he was like killing the two girls with the one girl with the other girl that was in the sleeping bag. I was like, that's funny. But other than that, like that's, you probably shouldn't watch that one. The only reason to watch it is because it has the chick that played the computer generated thing from the one TV show. I can't remember what it was called. And she was just hot as fuck. And you're like, yeah, I'll watch that. Like I didn't, because at the time I didn't care. I wasn't watching it for the movie. I was watching it because she was hot. I thought, that's Friday the 13th movie. Maybe we should get naked. Nah, I was wrong. I felt ripped off. I get to the end of the movie. I was like,
it's like, welcome to prime time.
Very disappointed. I regret. I'm seriously, I keep looking over and I'm looking at that goddamn, Pocky one chip challenge, just sitting there, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to do that in a live feed eventually.
You should. That's funny. That'd be funny.
I'm gonna do it because I'm trying to raise money for my daughter's ice skating season. Cool. So I'm just like I'm gonna do a GoFundMe, but I'm just gonna do a live feed where I'm like, okay, people start donating, and then I'll eat the chip, and I'm gonna eat the chip regardless of how much money we make. But like I want to like let it get rolling, and then I'm gonna eat the chip. And I was telling a friend of mine that I did it here a couple years ago. No, I don't know. We're good. I'm good, Samuel. I don't need that, Sam. I'm good. I don't need the death nut. I have I don't want to do what I've got there. Like I ate one time and I was like, I'm okay with never doing that again.
You should eat a chapuca. That's what it's called. They call it a chocolate pepper.
Chocolate bootleg. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Ate the ghost chili. I'm good. I don't need to ever do it again. But I did the Pocky One Chip Challenge like in 2018 or 19, and it was horrible. And I remember it. And I distinctly remember when I ate that chip that I sat there for about 5 to 10 minutes going, I regret every decision in my life that has led me to this point. Like this moment, I regret everything I ever did that has led me to here. And I'm getting ready to do it again.
Oh, man.
But I've already said that I have to do it. And I have 2 of them. So if any of you would like to join me in it.
Oh, God, no. I'm good.
People are like, you should eat them both. And I was like, yeah, you should suck a fat dick. I'm not doing that. Hello. Hello, Shop Cat. Yeah, what a good boy. The one chip was pretty rough. The hottest death nuts. I ate. Okay, so I've eaten the ghost chili. My buddy, because we used to go back and forth, and we'd eat, one of us eat one, and then the next one to eat one. And I ate the ghost chili and immediately regretted eating the ghost chili. Like I was like, oh my God, I wish I had not done this. And I have to say that the Pocky One Chip Challenge is bad, but it only lasts a little bit. Like it lasts like for maybe 10, 15 minutes. The ghost chili lasted for fucking ever. And then I remember that he ate the Carolina Reaper. And he told me that there was a pepper that was hotter that had come out. And he was like, and I was like, oh shit, it's my turn. I'm up. And he goes, we're not doing that anymore. I was like, we're not doing it anymore. And I was like, why? He goes, because I was pretty sure for a little bit that I was going to die. And I was like, all right, cool. We won't do that anymore.
Haha, funny monster, funny. Did Rick find out you were a Hobeck fan? Yeah, oh gosh, no.
I'm going to tell you, you know why I'm nervous about that Pocky One Chip Challenge? I bought a thing of those snack pepperoni sticks. Oh. And I ate a couple of them the other day, and I had heartburn for 2 fucking days. And I'm like, that's fucking pepperoni. Yeah. Like I've got the spiciest chip in the world on my counter, and I'm thinking about eating it. But the thing is, now I've already said I'm going to do it. Like I already said it the other day. And now I'm at that point where I'm like, why the fuck did I do? Like, there you go again, Mike. Fucking running that fucking cock holster underneath your mustache has gotten you in a situation that you can't avoid and you're going to regret.
Yeah, you're going to. You're going to be on the toilet for a couple of hours.
That's the part. Yeah, like that's it. Like it's coming out.
And it hurts too.
Yeah, I know it does. I know.
Have you ever heard of the YouTuber Ellie Beast?
Yeah, I watch him all the time.
He's eating all these hot things, and it's crazy enough that he can eat 16 ghost chili peppers with no problem, even though he threw up.
What is this? Dude, that's old man talk.
That's old man.
I know what's going to happen is I'm going to eat that. And then, because I remember the last time I ate it, and the same thing happened with the ghost chili. I ate it, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm good. The pain had stopped. And then I realized I was like, it's in there now. And if I throw up, I'm going to have to, if I throw up, it's going to burn again.
Yeah, it's going to burn very bad.
But the fact is that if I don't throw up, it's going to burn somewhere else. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, fucking. Why do I do that?
Oh, man.
Who's the dumbest person I know? Me!
Well, you could go and testify on Jackass.
Oh,
be on
Jesus.
Jackass.
You know what I'm thinking?
Funny.
I'd said it the other day. The only way I'm going to be able to do it is, hey, Richie B! What's up, Richie? You guys don't sleep tonight? The only way I'm going to be able to do it, and it's not going to work, but at least psychologically I'll be able to do it, is I'm going to eat a bunch of ice cream and then eat the chip. And that way, when it starts burning coming out, I go, come on, ice cream. I know you're in there. Come on. That's it. Like, come on, ice cream.
Oh, man.
Eat some fresh, creamy butter after you eat the hot stuff. Yeah, I know. Like everybody's like, oh, drink milk. Get like 2% milk. Fuck you. I'm getting heavy cream.
Yes, that works way better than the milk.
The real fat Like the more fat you get, the better it is. Yeah. Thanks. You guys are also supporting. Like, yeah, we want to. I know you guys are being supporting, but in the back, like everyone that's here in the comment section is like, I want to see this fucking idiot do this.
Man.
Do it now.
Oh god.
Eat. Wear gloves while you're eating that death chip. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Here's some good advice. Just fucking do it. None of it's gonna help, but fuck, it sounds good, doesn't it? I don't know why I hang out with y'all.
Like I just, you don't believe it or not, Mike, I discovered you like 3 or 4 years ago, and I just like looking at YouTube videos, I saw you were reviewing some, I forgot what it was. I think it was something, and I was like, hey, this dude's cool.
Probably nothing worthwhile. What's this? Let's see what this idiot hillbilly's got to say. Nothing worthwhile, nothing useful going on here.
Oh man.
What is this? I just want to watch you suffer because I know I'll never eat anything like that. So I have someone that may be eating it with me. Like Christian Ortiz from Cerberus Knives said he might do it, but he's going to come. If he does it, he's going to come and we're both going to eat it here.
Get Elliot to do it.
Elliot does not eat spicy stuff. Like Elliot will take jalapenos off of stuff and then it's still too hot for him. Elliot hates spicy shit. Like he does not like it at all. Like he's like, Tabasco, that's a bit much. I'm like, what? Yeah, any oil or fat. I've been pepper sprayed several times. And a couple of them were actually in scholastic settings where it wasn't just me going, fuck you, I ain't getting out of the car, dickhead. I'm riding, not driving. Where you can give me an RUI. And then the next thing you know, I'm like, because I'm a dumb hillbilly. And if you ever watch The Wild, Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, it's basically like watching a family reunion of mine. Yeah, because it's actually capsaicin in the pepper, the powder coating the tongue inside you, rips up and the oil base beforehand may actually help. Yeah, I'm going to have a big mouthful of fucking olive oil before I start. But first time I ever got pepper sprayed was not in a scholastic setting. I was home on vacation. I was on leave. It's story time, obviously, because it's almost 2 hours. We've done an after show for almost 2 hours. At any rate, I was like, I was in a friend's car and he got pulled over and I was drunk as shit. We left a strip bar and he was fine. Like he was just like, he was driving around. He's like, no. And the officer's like, sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. I'm like, fuck you. Eat a dick. I ain't getting out of the car. I didn't do nothing. I'm just riding. And my buddy was like, get out of the car. And we were in Akron, Ohio. So Akron, Ohio cops are dickheads. And I know this, but I was drunk. And I'm that dickhead guy that gets drunk and I let my mouth get to running. And the next thing you know, I think I can fight a cop. Nope. Bad idea. And so I am sitting in this car and this guy's like, sir, you need to step out of the vehicle. And I'm like, I ain't getting out of the fucking vehicle. Get the fuck away from me. You give me like a RUI, riding while intoxicated, riding under the influence. And he's like, sir, if you don't step out of the vehicle, I'm gonna make you step out of the vehicle. I'm like, no, you ain't. And I didn't see this whole maneuver, which was him reaching down to his belt and then shaking something. And the next thing I know, I had spicy air all over. I'm like, And apparently, from what my buddy told me, is that shit works really well. He's like, because all I did was lay down on the ground, face down, and claw at the dirt along the side of the road on the shoulder. He was like, you just laid there. You didn't even make a noise. And I was like, the whole thing was I got sprayed in his car. So guess who had to send him a check from Japan to pay to have his car reupholstered, because he said every time he got in the car on a hot day, he's like, what the fuck is wrong with my eyes? That was the first time I ever got pepper sprayed. Like, I would love to have a live feed where somebody comes in, like they just log in, and that's like, and that was the first time I ever got pepper sprayed. You know, that's just to have, like, can you just picture like that guy that's logging is like, what the fuck am I watching? Well, I'm gonna stick around. I mean, it's just like that's the first thing I heard when I logged into this live feed. And that's the first time I ever got. Of course, I'm gonna stick around. What was this? He's always a guest on a live stream. It doesn't matter what time, how long a live stream, and he's entertaining.
I am.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I forget what your old channel name used to be.
Well, it's still the same channel, but it's just like rebranded.
Yeah, what's the channel name? I said.
Well, I was Skyward 41 for a long time.
That's what it was. Skyward 41.
Which I'm almost to 900 subs.
Almost to how do you still not have 1,000 subs?
I don't know.
That's because you spend too much time on other people's channels instead of spending.
Well, I try to get my channel out there. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'll pop it up now that I know that's you. Hit me a DM and remind me, and I'll put it up in one of my videos because
All right.
I'm gonna put up the channel I can't pronounce. That there's no reason that name should be from a channel in Ohio. Right, that one right there. I have been pepper sprayed. I have never been pepper sprayed. I can only imagine it being the worst. I bought a can of the stuff just to play with and recall just inhaling the mist. So I will tell you, so as an instructor, I used to have to actually pepper spray people. I went to the non-lethal weapons instructor school. And we're going to run this till I run out of this beer. Maybe I'll drink a warm one out of the box over here because I'm having fun. Which is a definite difference from what was happening this morning. At any rate, so you go to the non-lethal weapons instructor school so that you are certified to spray people. And this is because for you to carry pepper spray, you have to be sprayed with it so you understand the effects. And my immediate response was, but why? You give me a gun, but you didn't shoot me with it, so I know what that feels like. And they're like, yeah, but you still have to go get pepper sprayed. So I go to the school, and they teach you how to actually run it, how you run the course and all that. And so I got pepper sprayed the first day and I couldn't complete the course. And you have to complete the course, which meant that I had to get pepper sprayed the second day. The first day I got pepper sprayed, no one told me I should wash my face before I got in the shower. Do you know where all the pepper spray that's on my face went?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you kind of.
Oh gosh, it's gonna hurt. Oh, it's gonna hurt.
I was very upset with my decision. And then, so I get my instructor cert, I come back. And I'm supposed to spray all these kids. And I spray this one kid. I get this one kid, and he's like, yeah, hell nah. Yeah, that's exactly where it went. I was like, so I'm in the shower, and I'm like, oh. And I come out of the shower, and everybody's like, you didn't wash your face first, did you? I was like, no, I didn't know. No one told me. So that was about 30 minutes of extreme discomfort and unhappiness. And yet another point in my life where I was like, I regret every decision that led me to this point in my life. So I get back. Anyway, I get back, and I'm running my first class, and I have this kid, and he walks up, and he's not there to get sprayed. He's there to assist with all the gear and stuff. And so this guy, he looks at me and says, well, I've never been sprayed, but I can imagine what it's like. I was like, no, you fucking can't. You have no clue. Like you have no perspective to take this from, to judge what's about to happen to these people. And I was like, I will pepper spray you if you would like. And he was like, I think I can handle it. I'm like, okay. I was like, when we get done, I'll pepper spray you. You don't have to run the course, just so you have perspective. I was like, I'll tell you what, I won't even actually spray you. I'll put it on a rag and I'll put it on your forehead, and you can see that. And he's like, I don't think this really would be that bad. And then a little bit later, we had this big, it's always the big jock buff dude who's like, this shit isn't going to affect me. And like you spray him, and the next thing you know, he's doing a rain dance. He's like, I'm like, yeah, see, it's always that big buff dude that is the one that gets, I know better. I'm like, no, this is going to suck. Because as an instructor, you have to get sprayed every year. So I've been sprayed numerous times. So anyway, this kid was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, I mean, like, seriously, you don't have to do this. Like, you're only here to assist. You don't even have a job in the military that would require you to get pepper sprayed. And he goes, I was like, all right, we'll do it on a rag. And we get there, and he's like, I have a story for that one too. And he's like, we get done, everybody's leaving. And I was like, is there anybody else that wants to get pepper sprayed just so they know what it's like? And there was a whole like 3 people that were like, yeah, sure, why not? And I was like, you just watched what happened to everyone else. And you're still willing to do that. And this kid was like, yeah, he's the first one. I was like, all right, you're up. You're turning the barrel. And I sprayed him. And this kid goes like this. And he goes, yeah, I don't get it. And I was like, so I looked to make sure I hadn't grabbed the inert can. And I had grabbed actual OC. This is like 10% OC. And this kid's like, I mean, it tingles. And I'm like, what the fuck are you made of? It didn't even faze him. And he goes, I can feel it on my lips. And I was like, this has got to be a bad can. I was like, anybody else? And they're like, yeah, I saw him. It shouldn't be that bad. The next kid comes up. And so I just same can. I was like, shh. And I was like, because you spray it at that time, it was an eyes, nose, mouth thing. You sprayed the entire face. Like, and he was like, this kid was like, ah! And I was like, I don't know what that kid is. I don't know what that kid level is. Like his eyes didn't even turn red. I was like, oh my God, don't fuck. And this was a skinny, scrawny little kid. And I was like, whatever you do, don't fuck with that guy. Because he was just like, I mean, it tingles a little bit, made my nose run a little bit. And I was like,
okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is weird. Like that's exactly, I was like, and the thing is, I was like, do you eat a lot of spicy food? And he goes, no, I don't really like spicy food that much. And I was like, probably because you can't fucking taste it. Oh, was that? Thanks, Oz. I appreciate that. I haven't been paying attention. What is this? Spinning circles on the floor like Curly. It's usually that they're over near the decon station and they're doing this because they don't want to touch their face. And when they spray water on their face, it just makes it worse. There's actually a spray that you can buy, and we had it in the kits. But usually that dickhead was the guy that you're just like, I'm not helping him out. Fuck him. And so you don't spray him. Did I get hit with the sticky foam? No. But okay. I'd like to see him in the chamber. In the gas chamber, I don't care who you are. The gas chamber gets you. That's CN, not CS. CN gets everyone. CN gets CN gets everyone. There is no some people it doesn't affect. It gets everyone. Yeah, I did use that cold. That stuff is nasty. So I'll tell you, I bought my daughter a thing of like I've been sprayed with 5%. I've been sprayed with the Bear Guard, which is 8%, and I've been sprayed with the military grade, which is 10%. That's what the military uses. And they're all horrible. But I was like, how bad is this stuff I got my daughter, this little can? It's 19%. I'm like, it's only 9% more. I'm like, how much worse could 9%? I forgot that gaseous and like that Schofield unit, that 15% thing. It's not incremental. It's not like a linear scale. It's a lot like the decibel scale. It's exponentially. And so I didn't spray myself. I put a little bit on a rag and I put it on my forehead because I didn't want to fucking die. And I can tell you that additional 9%, because the difference between 5% because capsaicin and 8% and 10% really isn't that big of a deal. Like you really don't feel that much of a difference. The 19% shit will stop a fucking train. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, I'm like, I laid on the floor and was like, why did I do this? And I couldn't even blame anyone because I did it to myself. Like, why? Because I'm an idiot. Why? Why am I so dumb? Like, it was just the worst. Like, and then the skin peeled off my forehead. And I was like, I want you to be very, very careful about how you use this. I was like, this is not something you spray your friends with. This is something you spray a homeless person with. Not for fun, like if they accost you in the park. Like, I'm not saying just like go spray a fucking homeless person. That'd be something I would do. Like, here's $10. Earn it.
It's like Deadpool says, this guy forgot to wear the brown pants.
Yeah, it is. It's like exponential. It's horrible. Where do you get it? I'll DM you and tell you where you can get it. I got a sample, like a little free sample, and I was like, I'll give it to my daughter. She put it in her purse, because she goes to the park with her friends and stuff. You will fear. I'm okay. So yeah, like to this day, I'm gonna tell you, if I got pulled over by a cop right now and I see this, I'd be like, all right, whose dick gets sucked first? Like, all right, just start lining up. Like you just put that shit back on your belt. I don't care what I got to do. Yeah, fucking that's it. I did get tased though. I got tased and I didn't get it's not like they clipped it on me and then I actually got shot with the taser. And if I can find the video, I will put it up. I'll put a link to it. I'll make it and it'll be for paying members only. I'll try and put it up. But I Wookieed. And people were like, you did what? I was like, I Wookieed. They shot me with it and I went, I went straight as a board and fell.
Chewy, you're still alive.
Who?
Chewy.
Oh, yeah. Do I make sheaths for my Kiridashis? I do not, but I can definitely get you in touch with a guy that does if you want leather or if you want Kydex. It's wow. What has that did not lock up at all when I first did that.
Well, that's not good.
It's dirty as shit, man. This knife gets it's dirty. It gets used a lot. OC spray. That's some brutal, like that 19% stuff is it's not to be effed with. What was this? I discouraged use of pepper spray when trapped inside a vehicle. Yeah. Like I said, that was the first time I ever got sprayed. I had to pay to get a car reupholstered.
Gee whiz.
Oh, buddy, you still sitting here with me? So, yep, that's 100% why I would rather get tased than for sprayed. Like everybody's like, oh, like you see these guys and they get tased and shit, and they go, oh, they're crying. I was like, what a wimp! Like, I thought you were I thought you was a big ass, like this big mean, rough, tough fucking criminal, and they tase him like, argh! I'm like, I spray him and tase him, and then kick him in the head a couple times, and then hit him with a nightstick. Like this is why I can't be a cop, because honestly, like if you make me run and chase you, I'm gonna tase you and I'm gonna pepper spray you and I'm gonna beat you with a stick and then I'm gonna put you in the car. Fucking don't make me run. You can piss me off. What is this? It just gets worse for about the first 15 minutes. 30 minutes later, still hurting, but not dying. My eyes were tore up. Yeah, it's bad. No, it doesn't just last for an hour. It does. You think it does, like it stops hurting, but then when you take a shower 6 hours later, you get what's called reflash, which is your face, because you're like, oh my god, my face, it burns again. It's like I got sprayed it's like getting sprayed all over. Billy Club is a horrible tool. A lot of times when I would arm up for law enforcement purposes, I didn't care either. I would lie and tell them I got asthma, and they're like, even though I was an instructor, I'm like, I got asthma. And they're like, oh, no pepper spray for you. I'm like, cool. And then I just leave my baton, because the ladder of force is like you stay one step up. Well, those are rungs on the ladder I really don't want to have to go fucking around with. So I just carry the gun. That way I'm like, I got it. Pow. He's got a knife. Pow. He's got a stick. Pow. It's your go-to. What are the major benefits between levels on my memberships? So basically just looking gets early access to videos. That's it. Baseline membership now gets access to giveaways with the premium tier, and then premium tier has exclusive content. They have the sharpening tutorials. I'm getting ready to do a stone review because I can't get the camera set up the way I want to film the grip progression. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to walk through grip progression and just walk you through how grip progression works and the steps of it, because the major part of sharpening has already been covered in some of the other videos. And then we're going to talk about like I've got like how to sharpen a Norseman and stuff like that, like the concepts of the two different edges and making them up and stuff like that. So that's what it is. It's the sharpening tutorials and some exclusive content, some B-roll and stuff like that. I actually deleted it because it was taking up so much space, but I had so much B-roll today. I literally shot the outro for a video today 6 times. As I was filming it the 6 times, I was like, well, I've been filming it 6 times. And then my wife called me and I come back in and she's like, There was some guy's noise and something happened, and then my phone rang, and I was like, so I'm shooting this a 7th time. By the time I got done, I was like, I'm real tired of refilming this outro. Now that I finally caught you on a live stream, I will join your top tier sharpening a horse pecker blade. There's actually a video of me doing it. I did for John Grimsmo, but I didn't get into the details of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about like how to do a convex, because there's different ways of doing it. Some people use like a different motion. I prefer to just use multiple angles throughout the travel from the apex back. And then as you do it, none of those angles are going to be the same. And as you go up through grit, you're basically knocking all the shoulders off and just making one continuous radius.
I use a wicked edge.
So what he just said is something that no one should ever say out loud, because if you use a wicked edge, the primary problem with wicked edge is that when you're using it, you're going from heel to toe in this fashion, which means that your striations on your edge are going the opposite direction of anyone that would cut like a normal human being would need them to go, unless you're a butcher. I think I should I don't know if I should let him back in.
Hey,
at least with an Edge Pro, you're at least going and you're building those striations in the correct direction. With a wicked edge, you're doing it exactly wrong. Like there's no way to do it any more wrong than with the wicked edge.
Yeah.
Don't be showing. Don't pull that thing out. I'll put you right back in the corner. Put you right back in the corner. Baby goes in the corner.
Old Smiths.
Yeah. I prefer just to use some stones. Those are those stone ones, or are those
oh yeah, these are ceramic.
I couldn't tell if they were like the steel with the abrasive on it, because they look real shiny from our.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to get that off.
I'll tell you how to get it off. You go to your sink and you take one of those green scrubby pads and some Ajax powder.
Oh,
it comes right out.
Okay, I'll use that next time.
Those are those white fine ceramic ones, right?
Yeah, very fine. I do this when I'm done sharpening. I put a little bit of a fine edge,
which is good, because at least that way, like kind of maybe one or two of the striations be going the right direction. Borax works too. Yeah, anything that's a little bit abrasive, you want that fine abrasive stuff. But I did a whole video about that, like the wicked edge, the way that you put it in the clamp and use it, you are actually like your striations are going this way, as opposed to cutting into the stone at the proper angle. Now, if you are a butcher and you do some of that push cutting, it would be real useful. But like the way,
like when I started doing that, I noticed that my edges are starting. You don't cut different either way like that, like you just said.
Well, you're putting on a pretty fun. Oh, Murky Ocean paying member.
Nice.
Where's my cowbell? Need a little bit more cowbell. I will say that I strop the same way that that you would be doing it on a wicked edge. I don't see a difference there, but I have felt the difference definitely have felt. I got the bell. I did the bell. I did the bell thing. The thing you saw you didn't hear the bell thing? Thingy with the bell? I did the bell.
That's my edge. That's my shiny edge.
I just thank you very much. Yeah, Murky Ocean, brand new member. That's 37 paying members, guys, by the way. That's it's a lot for a channel as small as this. For the person that's doing it might not see the difference. I definitely feel the difference. And I can tell, like, when somebody sends me a knife, and even though you can't necessarily, like on those super polished edges, nice premium member, even, you might not be able to really tell, but I can pick out, like, if you sent me one and somebody did a super mirror polish on a KME and you did one and sent it to me from I could tell you which one was the wicked edge. I can tell just by feeling the edge and running my thumb on it and feeling which direction it does bite. And if you're not like doing if you're not as into the sharpening stuff like I am, you might not notice the difference. And it cuts, it's adequate, but I definitely feel a big difference between the edges. And then when I sharpen one for somebody that has done it, they're like, oh, wow. Yeah, I can feel that it definitely cuts differently.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is it going to cut like at that high of grit? Is it going to do what you want it? Yeah, because really at that high of a grit, your micro serrations are pretty fine anyway. But like on something like this, where this is just a 400 grit edge on this, because this gets used constantly and it's real aggressive, you can definitely feel the difference.
Oh, yeah.
In that edge and how it cuts with those serrations. Would you snoring? He's back here snoring. Shotcat is, well, now I woke him up, but he was over here snoring, all curled up in this big pile of knives.
Yep. That's cute.
Do I have an Amazon link for the stropping material and ceramic stuff, just tuning up your edge after a few use? I don't. Okay, so the stuff that I use for stropping, it's not on Amazon. So that's the problem. I did sharpening edges and stuff like that. The stones and stuff. I did that and some other stuff. But the stuff that I use for stropping compound and shit, it's not on Amazon. I'm trying to figure out something that's close. But actually, I think I took this one to 1,000 this last time.
Mm.
But now I'm thinking about it. But I did have to. Oh, damn it. Oh, they're all over. There's so much stuff just laying everywhere. Well, we're not going to get to see it. But here's another one I did. So I took this one to 10,000 the other day, though.
Ooh, well shark.
No, this is a DOC.
Oh, it's a deal. Okay.
Yeah, it looks similar. They do look so much alike.
I know they do. They're just crazy.
So, what was this? I'm a sharpening connoisseur. That's what originally made me drawn to your channel a long time ago. I've been using the Hapstone. Nice. I haven't ever got to see the Hapstone one. I've seen it, but I've never seen it in person.
Oh, this is a good question. Now,
I'm lost here. What's a HMBS?
Hinder modular backspacer.
Oh God, here we go.
Probably my favorite has got to be the bottle opener, or the just the plain version where you just put it whatever. Yeah, it's my favorite.
That is a good looking knife, though. I do have.
Oh yes, and it's smooth. I mean, this is the most smooth.
I have to say, I love the designs aesthetically, but for me, in practice, in use, they're just not what I would want.
Yeah, I mean, there is like one hot spot on average, sometimes on any.
Yeah, it's the pocket clip. Or not the pocket clip, the flipper tab, because he puts the flipper tab on backwards.
Yeah.
See the flipper tab on this one? See the flipper tab on this one? Take a look at that. Oh, hey, look, it doesn't curve down into my finger. It's like he's like, oh, let me see what other people have done. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Let me see that flipper tab. Yeah, let's flip that over.
There's the flipper tab on this one.
Yeah, I know. See, look. All right, you know what? You ready for this? I'm an idiot. Put that back up, and you want to see what I was doing? I was like, here, let me put this over. And I was like, oh, I'll just overlay it on top of yours. Mike doesn't understand how cameras work. Look at this big dummy.
Okay, I got a question, Mike. Are you a fan of artisan knives?
Yeah, I have several of them. I had them
I just got one.
That's who makes my sea snake design.
Oh, that one? Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get a run of the that's the
tradition.
That is the tradition, and that is a good knife. It's really super old school kind of design, but it's a really nice overall knife. I really was surprised.
What's funny
it's
is I
one of
got
those dated. It's one of those ones that's kind of like a dated design. It kind of looks like an older design, but it still really holds up. It's a really good knife.
Yeah, I got this at a flea market, and it was kind of funny when I bought it. Didn't know anything about it.
I got one of those. I got one of those for Matt through. I had a coupon code. Matt got that for his boss as a gift. Oh, no. Cool. What it was his boss asked me, because I know his boss. His boss asked me what a good gift would be for Matthew. And I was like, this is exactly what he wants. It was the carbon fiber one, an S35VN. It's called the Tradition. And he goes, wow, that's really specific. I was like, Tino's one of my best friends in the world. I know exactly what he wants. And then it shows up and he comes to my house for Christmas. And he goes, thank you. And I was like, for what? And he goes, there's no way Ben knew that that's what I wanted. And I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, yeah. But the second it showed up and Ben gave it to me, he was like, oh, he texted Mike. I'm trying to find it. The Artisan. This Artisan was one that came in, and it was going to be just a. It was in, and I was supposed to do a review and send it back, and I liked it so much that Russell was like, you know what? There's not very many of those. He's like, but if you like it that much because you've done so much and done so many reviews of our stuff, he's like, keep it. And I was like, are you sure? It's like, because I was like, I'm gonna give you one chance, because if you say yes now that I can keep it, you're never going to see it again. There's no way I'm getting rid of this. There aren't a lot of these. This is that Artisan Mastiff.
Oh, and, that's nice. Yeah. I like them. Yeah,
I mean, when you're talking about budget for the like price for quality, they're there. And the fact is, they don't try to be anything they're not. They know that they're more of a budget company. I mean, this is a more expensive knife, but this one is in S35VN, and their heat treat on it's really good. The finish on that knife is great. It's really attractive. The lines are really good. Their titanium was good. Carbon fiber was good. And a lot of times the problem you have with some companies that are like the smaller companies that do cheaper stuff is where the titanium meets the carbon fiber. You can barely feel it on this. Like the only thing you feel is that the texture really changes. Like you can't really feel the line. Yeah, that's a big boy. That's a beefy boy.
It's very beefy.
It's a Harvard chick. Was this saying? Yes, literally my Zen State is on my stones. I don't know how many of you guys have watched me actually. Hey, is that a 112 Ranger? 112 Ranger?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Buck 110 is the bigger one. It's basically like a shrunken. I couldn't remember. It's the Ranger. So it's either the 112, 115. I couldn't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are nice. I get to do knives on stones, and I'll be doing stuff. And Matt's like, I hate watching you use. Because I'm watching a movie, and I'm just like, yeah, it sounds okay, cool. That sounds. And I'm just watching a movie and shit. He's like, how do you do that without even looking at the knife? And I was like, if I look at the knife, I fuck it up. If I'm looking at what I'm sharpening, I screw it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something else I could show you.
It better not be penis.
There's an old school German Swiss version of a knife. Their Swiss Army knife.
Like the German Army knife?
Pretty much kind of like that.
That's like the most awkward way to, like, when you say like that's this country's version of this, and you're like, wait, that's so
well, it's
like
got
the country's name is in the original knife. How the fuck? It's like a German version of a Swiss Army knife. Let's get the German Army knife. How?
I don't know. I got it at an antique store and it says KL. So
sorry, I didn't mean to take you out of the stream.
You can do different layouts. That's what's fun about that.
Well, I'm trying to figure out like how, like, okay, so I see how I can make you small and me big, but there has to be a way to make me small and you big. And it's just not, like, the only option I have other than that is to do that.
Yeah, you have to do that, and then that
sucks. Well, I wish I could read that.
I don't know what that says.
Those aren't even letters. What was this? Mike Reese, remember to email me so I can get a dashi. I will check my email tomorrow because it's midnight here, guys. I might have to end this. Yeah, I got
a couple. I got an OLAT.
I have the same one.
Oh, twins.
I have
yeah.
Yeah, I have the exact same one, but mine has the blue clip.
Oh, lucky. Mine's black.
And mine has the recharger case that you drop it down into.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like the AirPods case. And so when your flashlight, you want to see something crazy? Watch this shit.
Oh man.
Okay, so it's dark in here. And so this light is so insane bright.
Oh yeah.
So there's that. That was what was that? Moonlight. Then this is low, then medium, then high. Ready?
And that, oh wow. This is only 1,000 lumens of that. What is that one?
This is 1200 on turbo. 12 or 1300 on turbo.
Holy crap.
Can you see that? Like it's like the lights are on in my garage.
Oh my gosh. That is cool. That is
Make
cool.
me turn the light back on. See.
Yeah, it's only like 2:30 here in the morning.
Yeah, it's midnight. But here's the thing. Don't forget, I have to port the podcast that I did to Apple iTunes. But no, this one, they sent me this one because I'm an affiliate. I have affiliate link for it. They sent me this, and I got the deluxe version that has the 12. I mean, it says on it. I don't have my reading glasses. Jesus Christ, 1200 lumens. I'm officially like, how old are you? I'm like, officially, like, that's how far things have to be for me to read them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm officially take a picture of the label with my phone so I can zoom in and read it old. But they sent me this, and it has a charger case that you charge, and you can drop it in, and it has a battery in it that will charge the light up to 3 times. And so you can take it out in a field, but this thing holds a charge. This has got a really good battery in it. So, what was that? Jeremy Russell. There's several knives that I would love to send out and have a professional regrind on them, especially behind the edge. Please send me a referral as to where to go. What were we talking about? I can't own a knife and not carry it. What are we talking about? If you're wanting a regrind, the guy that was BGM that was on the podcast tonight is the guy that I would go to for a regrind. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's exactly who I was gonna send you to. And then I was curious if he did reblades because, like I said, Transparent Knives did this one, and this is sick. So I'm gonna finish this beer and then we're gonna end this.
Okay.
So I'll DM you his contact info, and I will also make sure so that way I can get that YouTube shit so my daughter can like figure out what she wants to watch for horror movies. If you're serious about sending me that stuff. So yes, that is one of them. What? The reblades? Yeah, Transparent Knives. This is actually really, really cool. I've never been a big proponent of reblading knives. I've always thought that, like, the designer made it that way for a reason. Why would you do that? But then I saw this one. I'm like, all right, that's pretty freaking cool.
That is cool.
Yes, we talked about that earlier, EDC Oz. It definitely is. And once again, watch your head, cat. Watch your head, cat. There it is. This is a ProTech Mordax that
Man, I love that knife.
That had a regrind from BGM, and it's pretty sick. What was this? I didn't know the power of a caught ice pick tennis.
See.
I I have to send my laser sight for my SIG back. Press the button 3 times. Does it go into turbo?
No.
No.
This is turbo right now. This is on turbo.
2 times is turbo on this one. 3 times is...
Yeah, I need to charge it.
3 times is strobe.
Oh yeah!
I can't see anything. Little purple dots in fucking field of vision.
Oh man!
All right, guys, this has been fun. We did a lot of. You can see the beam. Yeah, this one you can see the beam. On this one. Well, if the lights are off, well, you can see the beam because I got a mosquito coil burning right down there because I was getting chewed the fuck up. So, yeah, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get the podcast. So tonight's podcast is gonna be on the on Apple Podcasts by tomorrow, hopefully. If not, it'll be up by tomorrow noonish. Sounds like me. I'll be up by tomorrow, like by noon. I'm gonna sit here and pet my cat for a while. It's not a euphemism. I'm not talking about masturbating. I'm talking about the cat. I'm sending Jeremy, send me that fire attack so I can do a video of it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun, but I ain't sure it's been real fun. So, no, this isn't the show. This is the after show.
This is fun show.
Caught fire carrying a flashlight. Don't know. It didn't. Oh yeah. This one has a it has a sensor that tells you if it gets too hot, and it turns itself down, and it has a timer that only lets it stay on turbo for like a minute, and it gets hot. Don't get me wrong, it's hot, but it's not like hot like, oh, shit's on fire, yo. It's not like that. So no problem, bro. Like I said, I'll DM you John's info over at BGM, and then if you want to send me that thing for the YouTube stuff, that'd be cool. And then there was something I said I would send you if you wanted. Oh, I'll let you borrow that knife if you want to see it. Just make sure it doesn't get destroyed because it was a gift to the channel. I promised the dude. So yeah, I'll definitely if you want, I can send that to you as soon as I get the cat to get off of it. You're laying on all of my stuff. I'm not joking. There's a bunch of shit over here. My whole case is pretty well empty. The only thing is in there is just a couple autos and some stuff that we didn't look at. The cat's laying on like a big pile of fucking knives.
Nice.
So look.
She's the owner now. That they're all hers.
Look at that shit. See all this knives and stuff? Just a whole big pile of knives and shit. He's just laying on them. Hey, bud. There it is. This one. So, all right, guys. I'm out. I got stuff I got to do. I have to film videos tomorrow. Like I said, I'll make sure after hours live. Mike, what's up? Mark, you're coming in at the end. Like Mark's the guy that comes in, and Mark's the guy that would come into and that was the first time I ever got peppered sprayed. That Mark's the guy that would come into the shit. No, we did. You can go rewatch it if you want, but there's not a lot. It's just basically silly shit. The cat's meow. That was Lindy's. No, that was the knife's meow. Anyway, but yeah, we hung out after the show because I had beer still. It was Friday. So like I said, there's not going to be a podcast Monday. I might do a live feed Monday morning when I get back from the doctor's office, but I also have a head shrinker appointment that day too, because wow, fucked up shit goes on up here, as if you couldn't tell. So I got an appointment for that too. So I will talk to you guys later. Turned my day around. Well, I'm glad. If it's day, you must be on the other side of the world. So I will talk to you guys later. Take it easy. I got to end this shit. As Elliot Williams likes to say, bye.